I sold my soul to the bottle. Still none of my friends have left me yet. I'm the same man I was since the age of 13, and I've lived my life with no regrets. If you're looking for some freedom, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum. If you're looking for rhyme or reason, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum.
Oh man, it is the last party of the weekend. It is Sunday. And we are
Oh
here
God,
live.
it's the last party of the weekend
Yeah.
because normally we're on Monday and it's the first party.
But big announcement. First big announcement. We will no longer be on Mondays. We are moving back to Sundays. Woo! And we brought in some special guests today.
It just seems very anticlimactic to have like the first party of the week kind of thing. It's like, boo.
I don't party on Mondays.
Ew, no.
But from Dry Heat Comedy Club, we have Sarah and Kelly.
Hey, hi.
And I'm going to get right to it. I'm going to ask the big question.
Okay.
Did you think Rhea Ripley would win the Royal Rumble when she came in first? I mean, unbelievable, right? Unfucking
Oh my God. Hot take, guys. Sorry.
Unfucking
content
believable.
warning. We have we have comedy people here, and just to tell you, like it's if it's gonna piss you off, just like we'll have a timestamp.
I didn't
to
think she'd do it.
after Sarah's.
Yeah.
After Kelly's commentary.
I didn't think-
timestamp.
I didn't think it would happen.
Yeah.
First to last. I had no idea.
You imagine if you came in and it's like,
Comedy and wrestling are like very intertwined.
Yeah, oh,
That's
yeah,
totally normal.
Yeah, there was who was there? The fluffy guy was there.
Oh, Gabriel Iglesias.
Yeah, and they're like, "Are you in the Royal Rumble?" I was like, "That guy would have a heart attack in the ring." Because and I say that because they had it at the Alamo Dome, and they did this weird entrance where it was like a quarter of a mile, and then it curved around to the ring, and like they would run out there, and I was like, "Man, they're gonna be tired by the time they get to the ring." The people that got knocked out right away, they're like, "Thank gosh."
the gall.
Oh man.
Just standing in the corner. Yeah. Trying to catch your breath.
How have you guys been?
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
just
yeah.
keeping busy.
Yeah, just keeping busy.
That's all. Nothing crazy. We have a big show coming up. That's pretty neat.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's
It's worth checking out.
What's the big show?
So on February 19th at the Launchpad, we're having this thing called One Liner Madness,
Oh.
which it's like March Madness, you know?
Yeah.
But
Oh,
instead
yeah,
of
yeah.
basketball, it's one-liner jokes. And so it's 64 comedians in a bracket tournament, and it's single elimination all the way down to one champ. And it's too big for our space. So we have to have it at Launchpad.
How's that judged?
I want to know too. Yeah, exactly.
By audience applause, but then there's also like tiebreaker judges and stuff like that too.
You bring in like a fashion judge, and they're all, "I did not like your shirt."
Yeah.
Done.
You're out.
You are
One
out.
liner, fine. Shirt,
Yeah.
awful. Get out.
Yeah, I mean, it was a show invented by this girl named Emily Winter in New York, and she's been on like, she's written a book and written for the New Yorker, and she writes for Nickelodeon and all this stuff, and so we're bringing her out to like host it and run it. So she'll be the ultimate
Nice.
like authority on it. But
Oh shit!
yeah.
Nice.
It's her creation.
Whereas if I had $1 million, or if I were a millionaire, I'd be like, guys, you have to go to the show. I'll pay all of you.
Oh wow.
And then when I say like,
What's the
fu-
deal?
what's the deal with like with this? And like, woo!
Oh, the one
Thunderous applause.
The one-liner would be like, "To take my wife, please." Right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But that's the nice thing. Like with having 64 comedians, it means that there's also 63 other people in the crowd.
Yeah.
So like even if you brought in like a whole bunch of people,
That's true.
the other comedians
Yeah.
are there being like, "I'm sorry, that's actually garbage." And like,
Yeah.
Very judgmental.
yeah.
And,
Interesting.
But Holly's on it.
Oh.
and Emily won't let you get away with too many of those.
Really?
She'll be like, I know you brought your friends, but come on.
Let's really
don't-
clap for the
don't
best
pity
one.
clap for your friend.
Yeah.
No, I saw an ad on Craigslist already. It's like,
Oh,
will
yeah.
you laugh at whatever I say?
$1.50 per laugh.
good.
Yeah.
$1.50 per laugh.
That's a pretty
man.
good racket, actually.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Let's do that. Let's just pack the launch pad. Pack the launch pad, guys.
Yeah, for sure. It's a real.
Right?
And we're going to have some improvisers and sketch people on the bill as well.
Yeah,
So,
people are
like
kind of
Barney.
stepping outside of their comfort zone.
Barney's going to be there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you have that fashion judge, Barney's going to win.
How
if
much
it's tied.
does? Can I ask how much improv and like stand-up comedy intersect? Because I feel that if it ever comes into like light, it's usually like when you hit like a bump, maybe like a heckler or something. That's when improv comes into like play, as far as like
Ooh,
winiting like
I'm going to Craigslist for hecklers.
Oh, yeah. During a one-liner competition?
Yeah.
What's the deal with, you suck! I didn't finish my one sentence.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Say you had a set,
Yeah.
you had a set
Yeah.
written,
Yeah.
5 minutes, type 5,
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
they call it,
Yeah.
and then something goes wrong.
Yeah.
How much improv is involved in that?
Enough to get it back on track. Do you know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Whereas if it was an improvised, like an improv show, and then all of a sudden you brought in just enough that you had written to get back on track, it would be very different. Like people would be
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Wait a second, that felt weird. That was different." Where versus the opposite, which is like usually in stand-up, people are like, "They handled that okay. Yeah, they must have done something cool." So.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Oh, good.
Do you guys want to talk about the other announcement yet, or you want to wait?
Well, that's the fun thing about being here with them too. So like we're gonna split the time
Yeah.
half and half. So,
Okay.
but
Spoiler alert, they are involved.
they're
Oh,
involved.
we have a stacked show today. We
In
have
cahoots.
Yeah.
we have 4 different guests today. So
Thank you.
yeah.
We thought it was 10 guest minimum.
I was. I had I have so many things that happened. This week has been like long, but in a great way.
Yeah.
So many things have happened this week.
How's your week been? Tell us.
Chris, are you okay?
I am.
Yeah.
I am.
You
I
okay?
had like that TV shows on VH1. I had the best week ever.
Yeah, you really did.
Yeah, man. I went to the Red Light Cameras red carpet premiere on Thursday, and it was
Jealous.
funny because we had
Yes.
Amanda last Monday, and she was like, "Yeah, we're doing this, and you guys should come. The tickets are free." So I went and got 2 tickets right away, and then like we were not sure. Like I've never been to one of those, so I don't know when to go. And it was like started at 6, but I don't know like if you walk up and because they were doing the stop and go. So I'm like, well, let's just go to Founders first and get a drink. So we go down there, and they're all down there, all around the cameras, all of them but Mag, and so then like we walk over with them, and so I'm like, well, if they're not there, then we're not late, right? So we get there, and the line for alcohol was horrendous. Like they did not plan that out well. And we finally get a drink, and then I'm like, well, let's go take pictures in front of the red carpet sign. You know, like, what do you call that?
The step and repeat.
Step and
Yes.
repeat. Okay. And I was wearing a suit, and my girlfriend, she didn't want to wear a dress because it was cold outside.
Yes.
So she wore a red light camera shirt, and then she wore a zip-up shirt, what do you call it, tracksuit top
Oh,
on
cool.
top of it, right? So we get up there to do the step and repeat, and Barney's filming us. And she unzips her top and like opens up, and her like shirt says "Red Light Cameras Big," you know. And I point to it, and we film that. And so we go to sit down, and I'm about to post it, and they're like, "Okay, whoever posts the best picture or video will win one of these guitars up here."
What?
And I immediately tag them, and it like as I'm like literally posting it as they're saying this, so I tag them. And in my mind, as we're watching the whole thing, I'm like, I bet we won. I bet we did. And sure enough, like as soon as the thing ends, they're like, the first guitar is Chris from 10 Drink Minimum, and I go up there, and so you can see the guitar that's on the wall over there.
Oh, yeah.
tight.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
it's on the where the skateboards are. Oh,
yeah.
yeah, this,
Oh, nice.
yeah.
I would like
So-
to think there was like very
Yeah.
brazen videos of some like very nasty stuff, but then you're like the nicest,
Yeah.
and the most
Red flag
interesting.
came-
Mine had no, not safe for work.
It's like whereas I would have like
Yeah.
I would bring a girl with like a red light camera's
Pasties.
pasties, yeah,
Right.
or like underwear with like
Right.
juicy,
I'm sure there was
but
that.
red light
But it was
Just
very
2 red lights.
ass,
yeah.
red lights ass,
red
asmeras.
lice ass.
No, red light asmeras.
You'd never win a guitar with that.
Yeah, so they were like disqualified.
Yeah, and it was really interesting because my girlfriend got to see like the two public versions of me. She got to see like the one that can go up on stage and have no issues with it, la la, and then the one that people come up to afterwards and start talking to me, and I just go,
Oh.
uh-huh. And she's like, man, now I see what you mean, and I was like, yes. I said I can be in front of 1,000 people, but the one person talking to me, I'm like, hi, hello. But I handled it. She's like, you handled it well, but yeah, I could see you stumble over that. I'm like, very much so. And then what else happened?
It's a nice guitar.
So
Yeah.
I have a question. Is
Uh-huh.
your guitar experience the reason why you're concerned about whether we have a fashion judge?
Yeah. Are you up for an award too? Do you want us to
Yeah.
give you like
Oh.
a microphone?
Yeah.
Ooh, that would be great. I'll do that. If I'll win
We'll
something,
find,
I'll
we'll
win
find
things.
one of those like spring microphones.
Yeah, like it's like
Oh man, I had some.
highly coveted.
I had some. I have some ranty stuff.
go rant.
Oh man, but it turned out well. it almost well. So I was in Castle Coffee yesterday morning.
Beautiful.
You know, and there was some sort of small like art thing going on where OT Circus was.
Okay.
So
Are
I'm
they
in.
not there anymore?
What's that?
OT Circus? Are they not in the?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, cool.
So
You said was.
It's a big,
Where it is,
big
sorry.
community of people for
Yeah.
some art thing.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
on a Saturday morning.
On a Saturday morning.
So I go into Castle and it's full, and this lady's in front of me and she goes, "Go ahead, I don't know what I want yet." I'm like, "Okay," so I order and I step aside and they ask her again, and she starts out with a sentence that I immediately know this is not going to go well.
Oh,
Oh
no.
no.
She goes, "Well, I came down here from Santa Fe,"
Oh god.
and she goes, "And I see that you're out of scones." And the guy, Matt, he's like, "Well, it's not that we're out of scones. We never got any today at all.
No, it's we've never had any.
We never had it."
Yeah.
And she goes, "Well, where in town can I get scones at?" And out of nowhere, this kid, maybe 12 years old, in a Lobo shirt, he goes, "Starbucks. They have them all over town."
Oh my God.
I almost fucking died. I almost fucking died. And I was like, yes, fucking A. So she leaves. Next couple comes in, middle-aged couple, guys wearing New Balance and wife's wearing New Balance, and they're just very, like, out of place. He comes up, and then, they ask him, it's a coffee shop. They ask him, what can we get for you? And he goes, I want the most hydrating drink that you have. And Matt proceeds to say,
No,
It's like some.
what would you guys respond
Right.
with that?
Get you a large water.
yes.
Exactly,
And,
right?
and Matt says that, and the guy goes, seriously? And he goes, well, we have lemonade, but it has sugar in it. And the guy's like, oh, I guess that'll do. So then he orders, and I know, like, what in the fuck? Like, sorry they don't have Gatorade G or whatever plus at the coffee shop.
Oil? Like, I don't know.
Give me the most hydrating thing you have.
What
do not.
like that's a
Hook
softball
you up
throw.
to an IV.
Yeah, that was a softball throw. Of course they're going to say fucking water, you dumb motherfucker. So then he goes and stands over to the side, and so I'm talking to Matt, and Matt's like, so, how do you like this? That? I was like, I like it a lot. Seriously, I like it a lot. And I was just like that my whole, like, I'm just like, what do you expect? Well, I came down here from Santa Fe, and I'm like, oh boy, this is not going to be a good fucking...
There are scones in Santa Fe.
We do
They
have-
them. There.
I think there's a new segment we need to have
Yeah.
called like
Where are the scones?
Well, so I'm going to be involved with this wrestling thing, right, at the El Rey, and I already pitched them. I was like, we need to get a guy who's really good looking, really in great shape, tan, and he comes out as a wrestler and he gets on the mic and he's like, you may not have seen me because I just moved here from California. I moved here from California because it's cheap to live here. Boo! Your town is full of crime. Get out of here! Yeah, it's like I think that would be amazing.
I
And
cannot
yeah.
get good fucking
Yeah.
ceviche here.
Somebody goes and like hits him with a re-strap.
What is with the Sunday? All these like lowrider cars driving. Oh my god!
He'd have to be like, so I just moved here from California. What is with all these lowriders, dude?
And the beer here is terrible.
Fucking
oh my
hate
god!
that.
No
Like
way.
seriously, like
Seriously,
it's one of those things where like you
No
have
more
like
breweries,
eyebrows
right?
up and like licking your lips a bunch of times, just be like, fuck, this is fucking weak. Where am I? This is Albuquerque. Can't even
man.
fucking spell that shit.
Oh wow! Yeah, you don't even
Male
have
male
good-
vocal fries.
I moved
which
down here.
is-
Exactly.
I moved down here from California. Where are the scones, bro?
The scones. I need your most hydrating drink, man.
Oh.
Not water.
I was like, why would you ask that? Like water? Like water? Like what was the other? What did he think they were gonna say?
So was he okay?
Coconut water?
Did he pass out from dehydration?
No.
Or what?
He's fine.
You
Oh,
know,
God, that's
walking around the art thing all day, I'm so dehydrated. Oh my gosh, bro.
Bruh.
Like, for real, it's like, no cap, this is like the weakest fucking burrito I've ever had. It's like green chili. Well, I don't even know what the fuck that is. And boo! Boo!
Yeah.
Ooh, yes.
I love it.
He's all, I'm really into green chili, and they're all,
It's like, I
from Colorado.
On the
oh
side.
man, I just had like Frito pie and, no, for
From
real,
Sonic.
Oh,
So
man.
I heard chili, but I thought it was gonna be like, you know, like beans and like fucking like
I like chili, Texas chili.
Texas chili. Yeah, that's
people
that's for real though. For real though, no cap. That's what I was expecting when I heard chili.
They'd be like, I just moved here from Austin, from California, and
Oh, wow. Oh, God. I think that would be a great wrestling villain, right?
Oh yeah.
oh, fantastic.
The transplant.
And then Hobo Hank could, go against him because Hobo Hank represents Albuquerque, you know.
Of course.
And not to say that
dream.
like Albuquerque hasn't been that place where like you live here and kind of want to experience something. It's always Austin, L.A.,
Yeah.
Portland, Seattle, and Denver.
Denver.
That's it.
Now there's like Tulsa and
Oh, okay. I can see Tulsa.
Is it
People want to
Nashville?
live in Tulsa?
Yeah. It's becoming like a
Sorry,
little hub.
the Texas in me is like,
I know.
It's like, no, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I've heard so many like people are like, they're like, oh man, Tulsa's like the new hotbed and like the music scene. And then Nashville's
Yeah.
popping off again. Yeah.
Khalil's out there.
Yeah.
He said he likes it.
Really?
Yeah.
You can
For the
go-
most part.
You go to the Bluebird and you can't talk because they'll throw you out.
Throw you right out.
Right?
So, Chris, we were talking about like dry heat
Yeah.
earlier today, and
Thanks for that.
He thought we were doing the show there. And
I thought we were doing the show there because the wording you had in your
I do realize I did do that, yeah.
but it could be
We're so close to letting that be
either
possible.
or.
Yeah.
And it's like, I've never been there. It's like, yeah, it's right there. Like, Sushi Island's like, wait, so you're talking about the boot shops? Like, no.
Next
Next
to
door.
that.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the barber shop? No, next door to
Went
that.
too far.
Are you talking about like the ice cream
place?
shop?
Way
no.
too far.
It's like it's there. It's like, yeah, it's like, oh shit, I've never been before.
He hasn't been yet. See, how awful is that, man? I've been twice at least, right?
I
Thank
know.
you for going.
Thank you.
And I walked in there and I was like, is this the boot repair?
That's like some fucking Narnia shit because I'm thinking of all these places I've been before,
It's like all in the strip.
and then
What was it?
it's imagine like a little like sliver of like a little hovel. You walk in, it's like Narnia, And I was like, oh my god, I know every single business, but I've never even heard of dry heat.
It was yoga. It was yoga before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I get. Okay, so you have the ice cream shop.
Yeah.
Very end.
Yeah.
And then you have
The barber shop.
the barber shop,
and us, and we all share a bathroom.
and then the
Oh,
boot
really?
and then the boot shop or whatever the.
It's like
Yeah,
a
shoe
then like a
repair guy.
juice store
That's-
that's, the
that's-
sliver one and the boot repair, and they share one bathroom.
Oh, wow.
And then it's Sushi Hana.
Sushihana.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can
the
imagine.
boot repairs where Kelly works during the day.
Yeah.
She interns over at the boot shop.
Oh yeah. She's
She is
like-
now a
We
cobbler.
actually live
Yeah.
in one of the shoes. That
Yeah, we
is
live
in
in one of the shoes.
Yeah.
Someone's going to hear this and be like, oh,
I believe
Cool.
that.
that's
That's
cool.
I,
Yeah.
the thing is, like, I still
comic's owned by a
still
cobbler.
can't even imagine my because I know all these businesses except for fucking dry heat, and I'm like, oh god, I walk in there, and it's like Mary Poppins. You walk into this, I guess, like a room.
Yeah.
That you can have live shows, stage, I imagine.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Totally, and like
Custom made.
chairs.
No,
Yeah,
no chairs. You're standing room only.
Really?
No,
Well,
chairs.
you can
Chairs.
sit cross-legged.
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay,
No, they
so
have chairs.
so now I'm like wondering, like, oh my god,
Why haven't you gone yet?
I was never invited.
We have a show tonight. You
We have a
can
show
come after
at
this.
9 o'clock tonight.
Oh shit. Okay, because I'm also thinking about like the
I went. I wasn't invited.
You were?
like
Everyone is
how
invited.
I guess space works in like the perception you have of what the world is.
Yeah.
So like okay, so for example, you have a car that is just like
Is that
You're-
true, Chris?
No, I do not have a car.
everyone has somebody who owns a car.
Okay.
None of us, I hope.
Just is vibing in the driver's seat and in the passenger seat, and like you can in your car you can pretty wingtip door to door, but with a bus, how in the same lane can you have a freaking walkway, two seats versus two seats on the other side, and share the same lane? You know, it's just so weird because
Is this a math question? I don't know what the fuck is happening.
I'm saying that this is what dry heat is. Like it's the space
walkway.
perception
No,
you have.
you have no idea how it's set up. It's not set up like you think it is.
Are we at the car or the bus?
Yeah.
I'm talking about the bus and cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's set up sideways from what you think it is.
Yeah.
You walk in.
The state, yeah.
There is a Narnia effect because we only
Narnia
have,
effect. That's what I'm
we
talking
have really
about.
thick curtains right up front, so people can't really see
Right.
inside the windows.
You walk in.
And then once you go,
Yeah.
and then when you walk in, it's all this way, whoop, and then you walk, and you can pick your seat this way across. So
What's capacity?
according to the fire marshal, we are allowed to have 45 people in the building.
Oh.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh,
She's a little baby.
Now we're coming into like fucking true crime voice.
Mm-hmm.
So there's
Little did she
45.
know that the comedy show was the last breath she would take.
Little did they
Changes
know
colors, like
that 45 people was not enough. And then, like,
Those 42 people would be the last 42 people to see her alive.
And up until very recently, we've only been able to make any money with ticket sales. You know what I
Oh.
mean? So,
Oh.
Yeah.
So is that what are you going to make money off now?
oh gosh, we made some merch, and
Oh yeah, we have quite a few merch things in the works.
yeah,
Okay.
we have a nice merch store actually.
I bought a shirt.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Was it okay, comfy?
I don't know. I haven't got it yet.
Oh, you bought the-
you
you
bought
bought
that
the-
one. You bought the fundraiser
Yeah.
shirt.
Yeah.
you know, actually,
I thought that was going to come. You're going to bring it.
we are just now accustomed to knowing that OnlyFans doesn't mean porn.
Oh.
You could be like, we have an only. Check out our OnlyFans.
I saw the commercials and I was like, "What is this for?" And I was like, "The porn site? You can have like a cooking channel on there."
That's how people were with the first VCRs too.
Yeah.
They're like, buy a VCR, that thing that plays porn.
Is that
I
where I
play
watched
anything. I play Batman. I was like,
the porn box?
the porn box.
We have coming soon. We have some very funny merch.
yeah, we found 30 plus knockoff pit vipers, and we're actually retrofitting them to have our logo on them.
What are pit vipers?
Pit vipers, oh my gosh, they're the best sunglasses.
They're not.
Oh,
they're
never
not the
mind.
snakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be crazy if we were like.
I'm sorry.
They're
So,
very- yeah.
do it. I was like,
Yeah.
do I need to Google like
Yeah.
urban dictionary? What
They're very
Basically
similar
like
to
that,
those.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm
um,
wearing them wrong though.
you
I'm
got?
supposed to
Soft
do this.
hand, brother. You got soft hands.
Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Oh, sup.
So the dry heat pit vipers are actually going to be called bit vipers.
Bit vipers, like a joke.
Ah.
So yeah, those are coming soon. And then outside of merch, like
I
what
don't know.
else
There's
could
really
we
nothing
sell?
else
you
going
know?
on. There's just, I mean, we give away water bottles if people come because they're probably thirsty and we
that's-
need something hydrating.
That makes no
Yeah,
money.
really, really
I know,
hydrating.
no, we give it away. It actually costs us money.
But like
Gotta
We-
spend money to make money.
we
Gotta
thought
do
you know
it,
maybe
gotta
we
have
could
people.
sell like I don't know, like beer or something.
That'd be cool.
Oh,
I
yeah.
wish.
Can we say that online?
Ooh.
Is it like definitely like a?
Anybody
I don't know
can-
if beer is
anybody
legal
can
here
say
now.
that. It's
Yeah.
First
Is-
Amendment.
Is beer legal in Albuquerque?
Mm.
But I'm
It's
saying
so
with,
hard.
I'm saying with like a license. Do you have a license to
So
sell?
that's
beer?
the whole thing. That's the fundraiser that we're doing right now. Is that we need to get the license to be our own small brewery.
So what do you mean? You're gonna be a small brewery?
Yeah,
like a
Yes.
like oh my god.
So I can finally bring my dog there.
I would like that.
Yeah.
To be fair, they've never not been allowed.
Yeah, just no heckling.
Yeah, no heckling, and that's where Brody has a problem.
Yeah. She's a little loud. But I'll get a bigger dog. No, it's fine.
Louder.
So like, are you talking about bring your own stuff or just like having a tap room?
Well, the thing is, Kelly and I we have no concept of how to brew beer. So in order for us to be a brewery, we need like somebody who knows how to do it.
Well, you need some water.
Yeah.
Mhm, yeah.
Some hops.
It needs to be hydrating in some form.
yeah, yeah, right.
Not the most hydrating.
So, and then we just need people who are experts on that kind of stuff to come in and be part of our team on that stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
So,
So what's so that's kind of been like the roadblock so far.
Yeah.
Is you've had to kind of like piggyback off of another place to use their picnic license per se.
and we've only been able to do that twice since
Yeah.
we've been open.
And that's
Because
not
it's-
that's not a lot.
It's like you have to jump through a bunch of legal hoops with the
Uh-huh.
city and the state, and most breweries are kind of like, what?
yeah,
This
it's a
takes
lot
forever.
of extra work for them too.
Um,
So,
And like, so we chose a small brewery not only because we like beer, but also because if you listen to Comedy Ghost Town, which is Sarah's podcast about why we didn't have a comedy club here in Albuquerque in the first place for the last over a decade, then you know that liquor license stuff here is wild, and
It's getting more wild.
It is about
Yes.
to get, yeah.
It's not getting
Weirdly-
any like less wild.
Yeah.
yeah, weirdly the easiest way to regularly sell liquor in our specific situation, because we don't have food sales, we don't have anything like that,
Yeah.
is to become a small brewery.
You
So
should
that's
with
what
every
we're doing.
ticket. With every ticket, you should like give a candy bar. You'd be like, well, over 51% of our sales are food.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how Portland is.
Aren't
Like,
you selling tickets? No, we're selling the candy bar. The ticket's free with it.
Tickets. Yeah, exactly. You get in free with the purchase. You have to have 4 entrees. That's what it counts to have
Right.
enough food. Do you get that?
yeah, like, Portland's a weird fucking liquor license, or like you have to sell food if you're gonna sell alcohol, and so they get around it. It's like, oh god, we have like these fucking what we just eat earlier, like the little corn dogs,
Mini corn dogs.
Oh,
mini
mini
corn
corn
dogs,
dogs.
and like some hot dogs and like popcorn.
I feel called out here.
And then now you could have a selection of like
yeah.
great beers and like wines and liquor, but
Okay.
now, but we're gonna sell mini corn dogs, you know.
So here's my so I have some questions about this. So you're going to become a small brewery. Are you actually going to be open besides comedy?
Well, it depends. But no, not in our. No.
Yeah.
I mean, so the idea too is we want to keep our liability pretty low.
Yeah.
So we'd open before, and we'd probably stay open late so people could
So if
finish.
I like
their
the
beers,
laugh
but-
out loud lager, I'm going to want to go get it when I want it.
Well, it's the thing about it is you just really have to ask our head brewer and like the,
Yeah.
the people on that side of the team
Oh,
about
you-
stuff.
If only
you
we
have
had-
a head brewer already?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
isn't that crazy?
They
What?
do. They
may
do.
even be-
Wow.
They'll be in the wavy hour.
They're closer than you think. Yeah.
Holy smokes!
And we'll really get into
Don't be
that.
alarmed, but they're here in the room with us.
Whoa. So has not having alcohol been quite in like, has it been like a roadblock or?
It's hard to say. Well, Kelly knows better than I do because she works the box office most of the time. So when people come in, that is the first thing that they ask. Though they go like, "Do you
Oh.
guys have drinks?" Because that's an expectation that comes with stand-up comedy.
Yeah. Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Because I need to.
You're all sure we have-
fucked up.
We have Monster, we have Red Bull.
just-
Yeah, exactly. We got free water bottles.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, no
yeah,
scones.
no scones.
No scones.
In our defense, we never got the scones.
I drove all the way down here from Taos, and your comedy club seems to be out of scones.
It is a comedy club staple. That is true.
And we've had a really nice partnership with Red Door. So
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
thing where it's like if you go down and you show them that you got tickets, you get a discount. And so people go before and after the show over there and come back, which is fine. It's just different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. People come in and they're like, "So you sell beer here, right?" And I go,
No.
no. And there are some nights when, through the generous donation of local breweries here, we can operate as kind of like a gallery sort of taste test
Okay.
situation where if like Santa Fe Brewing or Sandia Hard Cider or I'm
Tractor?
trying to think who else. Yeah,
For-
Tractor.
Four Loco.
Yeah, for local, honestly, yeah.
If they decide, if a licensed wholesaler decides to donate like one beer per person, then we can give them away as
But-
like donation.
Wow, I didn't
We
know
can't
that.
advertise it. We can't include
Right.
the price of it in the ticket.
No.
It's really,
We
it's
can't
literally just
accept,
to be like
donations for
yeah,
it.
no donations for it at all. It's like
Yeah.
literally just like a sample of, and
Is it-
a licensed person has to like
A server-
serve it to you. And
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it hasn't done anything to help us except the fact that it helps when people have the expectation that it's going to be
Yeah.
there.
Huh.
It's there.
Yeah.
I saw Del
We're-
Watson hand out Lone Stars the other night. And I don't think he's a licensed.
Well, the thing is, like,
I think it's different if you're not in
if
business.
I were like a dry heat guy, like box office dudes in the scene, you know, it's like, you have drinks here. I would just like pull up my fucking pants shirt and like be like a little like a
Gun.
flask,
No, I'm
You
just
want a little
kidding.
a little flask.
Yeah.
It's like, I got you, fam.
Well, first of all, you lied on your resume because you've never been there. So why did we hire you?
And I would just be like, I got you, fam. It's like, what is it that
It's
is that or is,
very illegal.
is that
And-
is that juice? Is that juice? Let me just top you off there.
Yeah.
He's all.
Enjoy the show.
He's all. We got all the alcohol you want as long as it's Fireball,
Yeah.
and it's not the Fireball. Did you hear about this Fireball
It's
whiskey
a
thing?
wine.
Oh
It's
my
the Hawaiian
Yeah.
The
Fireball.
grape, what? Yeah.
Did you hear about? Yeah. So you heard about this? Fireball's getting sued.
Because it's not whiskey.
Half of it is,
Okay.
and half
No,
of it
no. So the big bottles are, but the minis are not. So when you see the label,
They're called cordials, and I'm offended.
all right. So the big ones say Fireball whiskey on them, and the little ones just say Fireball cinnamon flavor.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what a weird thing to do. Like,
Yeah.
and then now they're getting sued for it. No problem. But I mean, I don't know who's going to win that because they do label it.
Yeah, it's. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I don't know. I'm sure.
I think the name itself,
Yeah.
there's a certain standard and expectation.
Really.
It has to be like.
I
the-
have high standards for my Fireball.
I'm just excited they took the antifreeze out of it. So you know,
Yeah.
I'm like, Fireball no longer has antifreeze in it, guys. And they're like, well, it's not actually whiskey either. I'm like, what? Tush, tush. You know,
What does Pitbull say about this?
what is Pit? Yeah.
That's my question.
Which Walmart is Pitbull playing at?
Yeah.
Every Walmart.
Which Fireball is he referencing in the song?
And who's bringing this litigation together in the first place? It's like, oh, darling, I just felt I was having whiskey.
Well,
but,
some
you know.
sort of shitty whiskey connoisseur because Fireball's.
Oh, that's
you know,
right. It was like a shitty whiskey. Like
Yeah.
it's like a Reddit dude.
They
Reddit bro.
literally had antifreeze in it for a while. Like, that was the thing. I'm
Under
making
no
that-
circumstances can this be Ice Ball.
Yeah.
No.
Keeps it hot, you know?
So, Tendrick Nation, we don't have Smiley here today.
Oh, yeah.
And it's problematic for our guest.
Do you want me to read the text from him because it's quite interesting?
And you now have to. It's like, hey,
Yeah, would you like? Do you need something? Yeah.
Okay, so here we go.
What do we got here?
So do you want to hear Smiley's text for not showing up today? This is the most Smiley text of not showing up to a show of all time. Hey. I accidentally dosed myself with floor acid from mopping the bar, so
Oh,
I'm
no.
heavily inebriated at the moment.
He got the wrong Fireball bottle.
I don't know. What,
Yeah.
I don't know what. How do you dose yourself with floor acid from
Floor
mopping?
ball.
You pick it up off the floor and accidentally put it in your mouth.
Oh my god.
No.
Which sounds like a very Smiley thing.
Oh my gosh.
I'm thinking, okay, floor acid. Am I thinking like
It comes in a little
a
tab.
very
little tile.
like standard chemical,
I don't know.
maybe imbalance, or like I'm thinking like LSD floor acid.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
All I know is after I saw the first 2 episodes of Last of Us, I'll never do mushrooms.
I'm just thinking like I'm thinking like Marge Simpson when she
Yeah.
had the cleaners come in
Oh.
and then she fucking mixes ammonia
Oh,
with cleaner
gosh.
and she passes out.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what Smiley. That's Smiley's deal.
He said
Who
he
knows?
said he thought it would have wore off, but it hasn't. So
I mean, I'm impressed he's texting.
he's texting. Yeah, that's a good point. So, all right. So now when I go, I'm going to be able to buy a beer now.
Well, we're starting
Soon.
the process.
Oh,
So
I see.
Soon.
Okay.
Or
Yeah.
you have
I'll just sneak 'em
you
in.
have me just behind the curtains, like I got you.
over in the alley.
Yeah.
Someone's
with,
talking
with,
about-
with the fireball wine, you know,
Just go to
in your
Red
drink.
Door and get a discount.
thanks to our
Just,
sponsors, Fireball Wine.
Billy, Billy, I got you, Billy. When I was in Las Vegas, you get one of those coolers that's like luggage with the roller and the handle.
Oh, of course.
And you just walk around on that sidewalk and you go waters, sodas,
Firecrackers.
and then you just stop right there and people go, "Too bad you don't have beer." And then you go, "Beer." You know,
That's what I'm saying.
that happened outside of the Venetian. for
That's
me.
what I'm saying. I'm like,
Yeah.
listen, like,
And then they won't. SID will not listen to this episode. It's fine. You know.
We really, truly
I think-
follow everything to the book.
do,
Like,
do,
we really,
do you think SID is slipping since COVID though?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think so too.
I was watching. I was in. I was in a bar on Friday,
Okay, good.
and I watched my girlfriend carry 3 beers from the bar, and I almost like I was like, and she's like, what's the big deal? I'm like, that is a fucking
that is
Just
huge-
juggling
no,
them,
no,
like,
no, you
bowling
cannot do
pins.
that.
What?
I
What's
was-
the problem?
I was recently at a bar. I will not name the bar,
Yeah.
and a server tried to give me 3 drinks,
Yeah.
and I was like, I have to come back for this one, and she was like, why?
Yeah.
And
Is
I was
that
like,
unless
For-
that has changed?
for the
Don't
the
you have that
reason-
story where somebody was like, the liquor laws in Albuquerque are particularly lax?
Yes.
And it was like,
Yes. Yeah, okay. It's Iconica magazine. They were on the show, and she's like they were selling beers at the show.
Like give me a price.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh, no, sorry.
here's the sign.
Yeah.
Here's this much for beer.
She
if
goes,
you want.
there was a donation thing.
Yeah.
And and she was like, yeah, we'll just do that again. I was like, you do know that is highly illegal. And she goes, the liquor laws here are lax. And I'm like, no, they are not. And as soon as they kick that back into, you are going to be woke up fast.
I have two friends who
Yeah.
are freaking arrested and spent time in
Yeah.
jail
Yeah.
for serving somebody.
Yeah.
that was either drunk or underage.
And
Yeah.
you know who's going to be the person to tell on you will be bars.
Mm-hmm.
Bars will rat you out. They will, because I mean they've paid a lot of money to
Yes.
be able to do that. And like, yeah, that's great. I remember when I moved here and like Billy and I went to some DIY show and I was like, well, is there beer there? And he goes, no, you bring your own. I was like, is that allowed? And he's
Not
like,
really
"Yeah."
either. I mean,
No.
like, if it's at a house, it's okay,
Yeah.
but it's
no,
not.
but I'm discreet. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
Chris, I got this PBR here. what is, hey, just,
I just walk in with the 18 pack now and it's like, whatever.
I guess
and when the sirens come on, I'm just like,
I hand him.
cheese it,
book it.
I'm not discreet anymore.
cheese it, run, everybody.
Forget it.
This episode of Tin Drink Minimum is sponsored by Long Drink.
Our policy right now, for if anyone wanted to bring their own drinks, is that
You cannot.
You cannot bring your own drinks,
Oh.
especially if they are clearly alcoholic drinks.
Oh, good.
All right.
So-
No,
We
also-
no
yeah.
40s? No?
Oh gosh! I mean, especially if you come in there taped to your hands, we'll just be like, "Sorry, I don't know. Bathrooms for customers only." And he's like, "Please, please."
If somebody came in with like a coffee, I'm not gonna stop you. But
Yeah.
if you come in with like this,
I
I'm gonna
see.
be like,
Okay.
bro,
Coffee, huh?
No, but really,
yeah, really.
which is why we're moving forward
Yeah.
with being our own brewery. Because honestly, like a full liquor license is like $250,000.
Oh, yeah.
To be just beer and wine, you have to be you have to have 4 entrees on your menu and be like 60% all of your sales need to be food. And so the best thing we can do moving forward, especially when we have people that we know and love who are such experts in beer, is to move forward with being our own brewery. That's like the cool. And then you know,
Interesting, yeah.
and then especially if it's for the comedy club and it's around comedy and for the comedy community, it means we get to do really fun things with
Yeah.
it. So
Is it going to be called Dry Heat Brewery?
it is not.
Oh, all right. We'll get to that in the AVR.
Can I, as far as dry heat, can I ask a question? Like, biggest show, biggest artist, or
Biggest show you've had so far.
Biggest show you had so far. Like, I'm sorry, like biggest name you've had so far at the venue.
At the venue.
Either Shing or Mike, probably.
Yeah, I would say that. You say one and I'll say the other.
Okay.
At the same time.
So
3, 2, 1.
Shing.
Mike Kaplan.
Shing Wang. Yeah. No, Shing Wang is a stand-up. He's so funny. He has a special out on Netflix right now. Like, you
Oh,
could
wow.
go watch
Oh,
it.
nice.
He happened to be in town, like, because he has family here, and he was helping with, like,
Oh, dang.
his family's newborn twins or something.
And so he would just drop in, like, I think 6 or 7 times he came through and was just, like, working out stuff.
And he's so sweet and gracious. Like, every single big name that we have is that way. Just like Mike Kaplan.
Right. And Mike Kaplan was part of the Funny Fiesta. He was one of our headliners. And we had him at the Lobo, but then he also was so gracious that he would just come through and, like, he did the open mics, but he did, like, everything. And he's been on Last Comic Standing. He's been on every late night show.
so good.
He has multiple specials out on, like, Netflix and Amazon and everything. And he's just really kind. And he was
So
wonderful.
look out for Mike Kaplan and who on Netflix?
Shing Wang. Mike Kaplan is the biggest name, I would say, but Shing Wang is the most, like, the one you may have heard of most
Oh,
recently.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Aside from, like,
He has
you know.
one of his jokes is a meme right now about buying pants from Costco and like letting that be like the time when you finally like let
I have
go.
seen that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Oh
what
yeah,
you're talking about.
I actually know that guy.
I know
Yeah.
you're talking about.
I've
Oh.
seen that joke on
On Facebook,
Reddit.
I've seen it in real.
on the social
We saw it in
media.
red light. Real life.
Oh wow.
And I have a question about especially like social media, whether it be TikTok or like Reels. You have somebody who has something go viral on one of these things. Does that translate to like a show? Like they're just waiting for that joke? Because like it works with musicians. It's like, do that joke. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're always happy when local, like I guess it wouldn't be like, I don't know. That's not typically how we book usually, but a lot of places are starting to book like that. And whenever it happens to like locals or whatever, we're really excited. Like for instance, Zacabeta had a reel that just hit 1 million views.
Oh yeah.
So that we were like, go Zacabeta. But
That's pretty
you know.
dope. Yeah.
And do
And the people who have gone viral, who come through our space, like when we had Brad Wenzel, who was on Conan 3 times, so he came through and he had a joke that was on Conan, and he kind of like slipped it in, like kind of, and everybody was like, "That was his joke." For Conan." Like he was the whole crowd,
there it
he did
is.
that one on
People
Conan
recognize it, yeah.
television."
Nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I didn't realize Zach got
do
it.
you think that's helping their I guess
Oh,
their
sure.
sets or
Yeah.
like their progress, having like one viral joke?
Well, it's hard for an audience because audiences like to pretend that we're making it all up off the top of our head. Like
Right.
that's the magic trick. And so if it's like, play that song, but it's a joke, then it's like you lose something because it's like, well, you didn't just make it up.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, you know, so.
Well, and like that's when I was growing up, like, you know, Robin Williams or someone would be in a movie, and they're like, "Who knew he was such a great actor?" And then like you're like, "Well, yeah, that's what he's been doing his whole career.
Yeah.
Is making you think he just came up with something."
Yeah.
I definitely have those friends and who is just their entire TikTok feed is just comedy viral fucking
Yeah.
jokes. And it's like, oh god, and they're the people who pretty much would definitely go to a club like yours. And I was like, oh god, I know them though. I know Sarah and Kelly.
Yeah.
Ooh, I know those.
And
folks,
it's
man.
nice too because now it seems like most reels try to really capture some crowd work moments. Like there's a lot of like, what do
Yeah.
you do? Well, blip, blip, blip. You know, and like we've had some comedians come through and try to be like, talk with me, crowd, because my phone is recording in the back and I really want to
Yeah.
like have a moment with you. And the crowds here are very smart and very earnest and stuff, and so
And
they'll just kind of
attentive.
be like, no, go ahead, tell a joke.
The funniest is when people come through and they're like a comic from New York or some other liberal place, and they're like, "Come on, you're basically Arizona,
basically
fight me."
Arizona.
And it's like,
No,
you're, no.
You're wrong. Yeah.
You're so wrong.
You're all, dude. We gerrymandered our state to get the fucking red bastards out.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you don't even know.
So that's really funny.
We gerrymandered the fuck out of this place to get them out of here. So here's my question. So is the becoming a brewery like the next level?
I don't know if we're even becoming a brewery. We're just going to have a brewery side of our aspect because
Right.
the cool thing about having a brewery partnership is when you're a small brewer, you actually get 3 tokens in order. You can have 3 tap
Right.
rooms on your one license. So it's like this would just be for us to have beer from this brewery in our
Right.
space.
Yeah.
But then there's also the future of having its own tap room or whatever it needs to happen in the future with the rest of it. So it's like we
this
need
is
to
like,
do this
it's
to have alcohol in our
right.
space.
This is the next level to get alcohol. And then what's the next step after that?
Oh well, currently we're and you need to come by soon because we
Oh,
sell
yeah,
out a
totally.
lot and we're out. Our space is so small.
Sell out.
Yeah, so we need a space that's bigger and we got to figure out what that is.
Yeah,
But
we're about to grow out of our space, but that's kind of a nice.
But that's
place to be
what
right
I'm.
now.
That's where I was
something
headed. Yeah.
it's like a
Yeah.
like, awesome to have like you have the space and oh my god you have so much support and like the money coming in so like we
Yeah.
need, eventually it's gonna grow to like another venue.
Do you just
is,
go
is it
home?
gonna, is it gonna be downtown?
Well, I love downtown and Kelly does too, and we're also recipients of the downtown storefront activation
Yeah.
grant.
Yeah.
And so like at least for the next 2 years we have to be
Down
in our
here.
spot like. You know, being
Yeah.
part of, but we love it down here.
Yeah.
We live down here,
We're
so it's
downtown
like we would.
stands.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
I know where you live and you live. It's
Whoa,
li-
whoa,
li-
whoa.
It's literally like a 20-minute.
You don't know where Dry Heat is, but you do know where we live.
Yeah, you don't know where dry heat is.
He's all. I know where you live.
Yeah, the shoe place, we already discussed it. No,
Yeah, we
I'm
live in a
just
shoe.
You live in a shoe place.
He's all.
So it's basically like you go like waking up like Princess Aurora
Yeah.
out of your shoe,
kidding. Yeah, slide down
and,
the waist.
and then
Yeah.
going next door.
Yeah.
He's all. I know where you live.
That was
Would you fuck me? And you're like, oh my god, no.
We're married.
I think I think
We're
that-
married women.
I think the plan is definitely to stay downtown. If we may eventually at some point have multiple locations.
It's the Crest building, isn't it? I'm
Which
just kidding.
is so
Can you
cool.
imagine? We have like a
Um,
comedy warehouse. It's like a full.
We always joke that like we would love to be in like actually the Sumner and Danae building that
Oh, I
like
don't know which
art.
one that is.
Well, it's a gallery in between the public access channel and Cake.
We only like buildings that are
Oh.
basically invisible to the human eye.
I would also love a full Galleria revival. That would be my
yeah.
true dream. Is to
Oh
like.
my god! I was thinking about that the other day. I was in that parking garage and I was like, the city so underuses the fuck that. And like, here's a funny one. Our friend Devin, he moved here from Philly, and he's like, hey, did you see that the city is going to try to revive downtown? And I was like, oh, Devin, you're so cute. I was like, yeah, the city does that about every 5 years. So yeah, but I mean, I think there's actually some progress going on, like pushing out some of the old ownership of the, because that everybody's always like, well, people don't want to move downtown, it's too expensive. But like, no, people can't move downtown because the people who are holding onto the buildings won't let them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
And
exactly
that's the
true.
truth, and that is an absolute fact.
And that's what's happening with the Galleria.
We were walking by the Galleria earlier
This
today,
morning.
and Sarah literally screamed at the building.
Why are you ruining our city? Let us into your building.
I was like, stop.
They don't even let the gym be open. That's on Sundays.
Like pigeons flew.
Is there nothing in the gallery at all anymore?
The gym is still down there, and I
Oh.
think there may be a gallery or two, but there's so much opportunity down there.
And I've heard tell of some old 80s song playing in the empty corridors.
So for the listeners that are out there who don't understand what we're talking about, downtown, on 2nd Street, yeah, 2nd Street, there's actually this dome, like glass building, and it's the entryway to go down into the ground into a galleria.
Yeah.
Like a mall, like an
Like
underground mall.
Underground
Yeah.
mall. And then I've lived here 16 years. Nothing is, like, other than a gym, has ever, like,
Yeah.
there's maybe been one other store.
Have you been
Yeah.
to the gym down there?
No.
You
They have
have
a
to
pool.
go.
They have a pool.
You have to go just so that you can
Yeah.
walk by the empty halls of the Galleria, so that you can be like, "What is down
Right.
there?"
There's neon everywhere. It's very of a time,
Yeah.
and so it's like a time capsule.
Right.
And I just think it's really
I would be. Oops, sorry. Sorry.
It's so I just think
Okay.
it's really worth I don't know.
Yeah.
It's time for a revival of the Galleria because
I think it's, I mean, no one ever thinks about the Galleria.
I do
I saw it that day.
every
all
day.
the time.
Every damn
We're
day.
a Galleria household.
It's like
Explorer used
I want to say that there's this whole kind of like luminal space kind of like niche on like YouTube or the internet. I want to
Yes.
think that's the Galleria.
That's one of the videos that's counted among all those
Oh.
that people have gone in and done urban exploration of
yeah,
the
yeah.
Galleria, and I will watch that video all
Me
the time,
too.
being like,
And
they
you're like,
still turn
I've
on the
been there.
fountain. They still have I am obsessed.
What?
With the yes.
Have you watched all the videos of the vaporwave remixes of 80s songs that are playing in an old mall?
I'm pretty sure I've
No.
seen
Oh, it's
all
very
that.
it's very good.
There's on
It's scary.
Vice there is Vice is like two things are on Vice: wrestling shows and skateboarding shows. And there's a guy that does urban skateboarding, where he goes to abandoned malls and skates them or
Nice.
whatever. And I'm like, and for me, I'm like, whoa, look at that, that's amazing. That used to be the food court.
But-
Ooh.
So we're talking about the Galleria over there on a first,
Second.
second, yeah.
Second and
Second and-
copper.
and copper, yeah.
Yeah.
Second and- yeah.
So there is.
Where the
God,
ghosts live.
I can't
An
remember
old
last.
subway.
Oh, the subway, exactly, the old subway.
Yeah.
The last time I was there, I was like, oh, look at this place.
You mean the restaurant?
And the thing is that you go down there and there's
Yeah.
still a guy just chill, the security guard just chilling
Really?
there.
Yeah.
Most
And
boring
it-
job
like-
ever. He's like,
No, he's standing up and he's just
He's a
looking
ghost.
around. Yeah, he's looking around.
Whistling.
Did you try to put your hand through him?
No.
Yo, that's like a mall security guy from the '80s look, and they're like, that's when he died. Oh,
Oh no.
There's just half 6 foot subs or 6 inch subs
Yeah.
floating around in subway.
Oh,
Ghosts
wow.
Oh my
eating
god,
them.
I will definitely have a 3-part series just by myself talking about what's gonna go on with the Galleria.
yeah.
Let's
What's
take
happening with
a
the
couple
Galleria?
Zooms. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is that the elevator or whatever that little stairwell down, it's still it's lit up as beautiful as it could be, and holy smokes, I just want to go down there again. The Galleria. Oh my
Do you think
god.
the security guard guy is down there to pretty much keep the shelterless people out? Probably.
Go to the gym.
Yeah.
Probably.
Gym's that
Your
away.
resolution, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, I do think it is a
It's that situation.
houseless thing.
That sucks.
Boo.
Well, we're kind of at the end of the first hour,
right,
so.
well.
Well, I'm
So-
Gosh, I know
It's-
there's more questions than answers.
I know.
I have so many
gosh.
questions. I have so many questions.
Yeah.
When will we
And-
learn more?
When
Cut
will
off.
we learn more in the second hour, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
if you guys are bored after watching Ten Drink, y'all should come see Kristen Leidy at
Over at Dry Heat.
Oh, nice. What time is that?
learned
Starts at 9 p.m.
Oh.
And she's
Ticket
in
prices?
from $15, and she's in from Green Bay, and
She's so
she's
funny.
incredible. We had a sold out show last night with her, and so
Oh wow.
it's worth it to
have-
check her out.
Isabel Madley and Brian Valencia on the lineup too.
Yeah, and they're
Oh,
great.
man. And then you've got your what's the show at Launchpad coming up?
Oh,
yeah.
One Liner Madness.
Yeah.
Do not miss that one. That's the
Yeah.
one to really go to.
And is it all one night?
Yeah,
Yeah,
15.
it's 2 hours.
$15, but you get to see 64 comedians in 2 hours, like just
Shit.
all the way
Shit.
through.
One-liners. just
One liners.
Yeah,
Like, Chris.
it's so fun.
I'll get my booze ready.
Launchpad's taking care of our booze for that night.
Oh, I meant booze.
I know.
That's cute. Though.
well, thank you guys for coming on.
Yeah. Of
course. Thank you for having us.
Now
Do
I'm,
you,
I'm gonna go.
Do you have anything to promote, Billy?
Oh well, no.
No. Okay. Well, that was pretty bad.
Well, no, I have a show on the 17th of February. If you want
Okay.
to see me play bass,
Yeah.
Bass. How low can you go? Death row.
and you know, because I play bass. I'm a musician sometimes.
You slap the bass. Nice.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, I
When it
moved.
talks
I moved
back.
back 8 months ago, and
Yeah.
I pretty much just hopped into anyone who would have me. Pretty much.
Yeah.
And it turns out everyone needs drummers and bassists, so I'm bass for 2 bands.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Man, I don't. Other than the wrestling thing that hasn't fully been announced yet, oh wait, there's something on Friday. It's my birthday.
Yeah.
This is the event of the year, you guys. Freaking
Event of the year.
You imagine like the entire red carpet thing at
Yeah.
the chemo.
Boo, nothing compared. No.
Nothing compared to this.
Yeah, like
We're gonna
Sinead
have-
O'Connor said, nothing compares.
She ripped a
I
picture
heard,
of the
I
Pope.
heard the Rock's gonna. I heard the Rock gonna be there.
That's the rumors.
That's the rumors.
That was the big rumor yesterday at the Royal Rumble.
I also heard that Rumors, the Fleetwood Mac tribute band, is
Rumors.
going to be there.
I would
Oh my
only.
God.
That would be pretty amazing,
I heard that they were gonna be there.
right? you imagine if like there's tribute bands that are kind of getting that big, right? Where they're like,
They're big now.
Yeah.
Holy smokes!
Yeah.
You can play like fucking like My Chemical Romance covers, and you're like sold out
well,
already.
Speaking of that, so Thursday night I'll be at Launchpad for Royal Monaco, who is the '90s tribute band, not tribute band, '90s cover band.
Yeah.
And like the first, like it was so funny because like the first time we saw them during the day, we were at this food truck fiesta thing at the Balloon Fiesta Park, and there was an '80s cover band, and the girl I was dating at the time, she's all, they're pretty good, and I was like, oh, so is there like one like middle-aged white lady dancing in front of the band, telling people, come on, come up here, and she goes, yeah. I was like, oh, okay, then they are good.
Then they are good.
And so then, like, later that night, we go and watch a 90s, like, cover band, and I was like, oh, wow, there's 90s cover bands now. I was like, oh, boy, I'm old. I'll be at the State Fair, I'll be all, oh, look at that. They're playing that song.
You know,
Who sucked
we were-
out the feeling.
We were those people at like the state fairs
Yeah.
watching these like middle-aged women dancing
Yeah.
like 70s like
Yeah.
cover bands. Like now that's us.
That's us.
Yeah,
That's
you're the
us.
ladies now.
I was in the front
We're
going,
like-
come on, guys, they're awesome. You'll love it. Come up here.
That's us
Yeah.
now.
Do y'all know anything about the ABBA cover band that's coming
No.
to Sister Albuquerque?
Oh, you know what? I do know who that is.
Are they any good?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic.
They're,
amazing.
We should
I'll talk about them with you off the air.
Okay.
Musician-wise, great.
Okay,
Fantastic.
Fantastic,
I
actually.
just have seen it I've seen them
Yeah.
coming in like a couple times, and we've always had a show, but I've been like, ah.
It's did you ever see the band back in the Cactus Tractor?
Oh yeah.
That's them.
Oh cool.
Oh.
Yeah. So right on, we're gonna take a break, and then we're gonna have on our other two guests.
It's great to have you guys.
Yeah, it's
on.
great to have
Thank you.
Always happy to be here.
Dry
It's a
Heat Comedy
pleasure.
Club downtown. If you're the couple sitting next to me last Sunday at Buds and Beans, there are things to do in Albuquerque. One of them is Dry Heat Comedy Club downtown
Girl,
Albuquerque.
okay, so I'll say it's $15.
Yeah.
Is that payable? Is it cash?
That's whatever.
Cash or card.
Card? Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Girl,
Yeah, the
I'm,
only
I'm here
thing-
for it.
The only thing we don't really do is Apple Pay or like written out checks.
It's possible in our thing, but
Yeah.
They don't like Apple.
I'm not that good at like tech or math, so please don't make me do
Oh,
and
it.
I'm in the
he's-
back doing tech and math. So
Yeah.
It's me. It's like, guys,
Yeah.
I have no cash. Can I pay with a card? Or
I heard you have a little bit of.
Can I Venmo you a little bit of cash going into the show?
We have accepted Venmos before,
Really?
and I heard that you have a little bit of liquor in your pocket, so maybe we
Trade.
could make a deal. No, I'm
Oh,
just
okay.
kidding.
That's a joke. That's a joke.
It's a
Everything we
joke,
do
it's a
here,
joke.
it's the same
It's a
thing
joke.
as Infowars. Everything is a character.
Everything is a character.
It's not the same thing as.
It's the same thing.
You mean the frogs aren't gay? Gay frogs?
The frogs at Dry Heat are gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris, it's the 90s. Everyone's gay.
Well, no, isn't that when his big thing? He's all, they're turning the frogs gay.
Yeah.
All right. Too much fun. We're going to take a break. Stick around with us. We'll be right back. We are
10 drink minimum.
Minimum.
Supposed to live without you. Hear me out, the blame is on me. Me without you makes me strong. There's no use smiling till your dust down. I'm speaking of wishes, pouring the days they could be better. Don't assume right. I'm just way high. The world's above, and I want it. Save a portion for us. What could be better? How do we do that? Take a place song. I'm back to my dream of starting. My baby's next to your skin. Chase it on. What's it mean? Your face is my eyes, yours. I've got time to park at you. Walk with me to the corner of Richmond. The apartment's line to NYB. For all the years now, I came away strong. There was no use crawling to your dust down. I'm speaking of wishes, boy, days, they could be better. Noticing light, I'm just way high. The world's a bar, and I want it to save a portion for us. What could be better? How do you do right? Until the play song, I'm back to my dream of starting. My baby's next to your skin. I'll chase it on. Hear that sound? It's the sound of you taking me back. Your eyes sing on, like the keys flying on. Look back inside, for the last one riding. Come on, child, let's rise up what we but so rare me a kind of ghost floating in a maze of my demise. But path is set for a certain kind of time machine to take me to the dawn of when we met. Chase it on. Do you hear that sound? It's the sound of you taking me back. Your eyes say no, that look is my own. The back is set for an asshole riding on death. Come on, just a slice of what we have.
I sold my soul to the bottle. Still none of my friends have left me yet. I'm the same man I was since the age of 13, and I've lived my life with no regrets. If you're looking for some freedom, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum. If you're looking for rhyme or reason, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum.
Oh man, we're here for the Smiley / Wavy hour, I guess. Smiley. I don't know what to call it. That was Carlos the Tall. Saw him on Friday night. Was it Friday night? Yeah. Killer, man. He's still so good.
Of course, yeah.
Youngsville's still so good. Billy's here, and
after 8 years of not playing.
Yeah, that's what he said. He hadn't played live in Albuquerque in 8 years. Not 8 years. Was it 8 years?
Chris, I have a question.
Okay.
And it's piggybacking on the next question I have for our guests.
Okay.
So, you have a podcast.
Okay.
And it's very obvious that you know what you're doing.
Right.
With all this tech, all this like the personality, the entire idea of like getting ideas and combined with like guests and like other people. Like, how did you start that?
How did I start it?
Like, what
it all started with an idea.
No. What made you take like maybe an idea and kind of like in fruition, kind of like move on to like the next step?
Okay. Well, I heard someone doing this, and I went, I can do that, which I hate when people do that to me, but I did that, and
So it's something you liked,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you're like, okay, maybe I can do it better.
No, I was like, I can do this. I can do this as well. Like I always thought, like, man, it'd be cool to be on the radio, and I did some radio, kind of, when I was younger. And then now I've done a lot of radio, weirdly.
Too much radio for me. I was like, I can't. It's too much commercials for me.
Oh, it's so easy to do radio, and I hate to say that. Like, someone's like, that's kind of no. When you go, like, I remember the last time I did radio, or no, the time before last. Buck's like, we're gonna do 3 hours, and I'm like, shit, 3 hours of radio, and then you go and you literally do like 30 total minutes of radio.
Okay.
And it's like commercials.
Yeah, it's so like you're on for like a minute, and then there's like 9 minutes of commercials. Then you're on for another like 3:45, and then there's like 10 minutes. It's like fuck, but they pay the bills.
I get it.
So
Next question for Holly.
oh well, hold on, we have Holly Ann and we have Hamster finally on the show.
Do you like oh, I'm sorry.
I asked him before the show.
Okay.
He
Do
said,
you like being called hamster?
Yeah, it's what Holly calls me.
is it Hamster or Hamstar?
Well, I call myself Hamster.
Yeah.
She calls me Hamster.
It depends how nice he's been that day.
Ooh.
It's
Every
like,
day's
Billy, do you like being called sexy baby?
Yeah.
And
he's like,
that Taylor Swift wrote about? No, I don't like it. I hate that she said that about me.
It's
So anyway.
it's a cute nickname she gave me.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So you guys are coming in, and you're partnering with Dry Heat Comedy.
Yep.
And I don't know what else. What else is going on with that?
Uh,
What does that entail?
So, in traditional Holly Bird form, I'm making yet another life-changing milestone announcement on 10 Drink Minimum.
What?
I've gotten engaged on this show. I had a baby on the show. Well, not like on the show.
We're like, hold on.
Holly. It's like
let me
Jerry
change the camera.
Springer.
Where do we get those
on
from?
the show.
Push, Holly, breathe. Anyway, so this lady was talking about coffee, and she was being the dumbest asshole I ever.
You got soft hands, buddy.
Oh,
you got soft hands.
Oh, she's crowning.
Would have been even more awkward because I had to have a C-section. So, like, a whole team would have just swarmed in and a curtain. And
I got
it was
blood
crazy.
on my face.
Yeah.
Dang it! I just cleaned these microphones.
I was out in the lobby, and this asshole was asking where the water fountain is. I'm like, there's signs everywhere, dummy.
You needed to
Yeah.
get hydrated.
That would be my 10 drink
Oh
minimum
my God.
around Holly Ann having a
like,
baby.
As a comedy podcast, you did so well here.
Yeah.
In your
Thanks.
tenure.
In my
Right,
tenure.
Right. I did. So last time you were on,
Ooh, sorry.
I went over and I was at my girlfriend's house, and she has a roommate, and he was like, you should have that girl on more. She's really good. And I was like, yeah, she was on for like 3 years.
4 years.
4 years. And he's like, oh, okay. And I was like, so yeah, go listen to the old ones.
There's like a library of episodes you can go
Yeah.
through.
You can always go listen to the old ones.
I mean, the older,
Yeah.
the more. So I have a friend that I met recently, and she went back and listened to like
Yeah.
old episodes where I was really crazy. I was a different human being when I first started the show. Anyway, Hamster and I are partnering with Dry Heat Comedy, and we're going to be Callback Brewing.
Callback Brewing.
Yes.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Interesting. How does that work?
I would imagine you callback is like a reference to like
it's a comedy. It's a comedy.
Yeah,
reference,
Yeah,
yeah.
because what's a comedy show without a callback?
Right.
Honestly, my favorite kind of set.
Yeah.
Ringing all around. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just, you know.
It's like
Okay.
not left on red, you know.
Oh.
It's like you're actually being called back.
Yeah. We don't.
No.
We're not ghosting anyone here.
We don't
It's like
ghost anyone.
not ghosting.
We're not ghosting. Hey, no.
That's secondary name.
Ghosting. Yeah, we were gonna be Ghosting Brewery, but then we didn't get back to anyone.
We're called not ghosting, but it's
Yeah.
pretty much callback, you know.
So how does this all work? I mean, you guys are buying a building. You're gonna buy all the stuff, the infrastructure.
All those are all hopes and dreams in the future, and we will get there eventually.
Yeah.
Right now, we're lucky to have the friends that we have at
Okay.
Ex Novo, and so
Whoa.
I will be.
Oh.
Hey, you guys,
Shameless
not
plug.
ghosting breweries
Yeah,
here.
Ghosting breweries. So that's where I currently work, and I'll just be throwing in a couple extra hours over there, and they are going to allow me to make callback stuff.
Oh.
Well, and I think it's really important that we shout out the New Mexico Brewers Guild for working really, really hard to get this pushed through, to be allowed to do what we're doing is something called alternating proprietorship.
Yes.
And what's really cool about this is it really knocks down the barriers between like millionaires and
Oh.
poor people who are really good at making beer. Like him, I don't make beer.
Just pulling yourself up by the bootstraps. Nice.
Yeah. So it really knocks down the barriers where you don't have to buy a whole bunch of equipment right away and you don't have to do stuff. So you can basically like rent
Yeah.
the brewery equipment.
Yeah, I give them a certain amount of money of every pint sold, and they just let me do my thing. I have my own space. I get my own
So
days.
tight. I love that.
I'm already there all
They
the time
trust
anyway.
you
so,
because Ex
yeah.
Nova is already one of my. Already,
Yeah.
like I was gone for a few years, and it's already my favorite brewery.
Oh man, yeah.
They're amazing.
And I mean, they made a atomic bomb of an
Oh,
announcement.
I know.
And I mean, like they dropped an atomic bomb of an announcement. They're moving into the Firestone building, catty corner to the El Rey, and they're putting in a mega tap room / speakeasy. What do you call it?
Thingamabob.
Yeah, it's going to be in the parking lot. And I mean, it really took a good shot across the bow of like the breweries that are downtown.
Right.
I mean, it put people on notice.
Yep.
Well, what's going to happen is I'm going to buy out the Galleria. It's going to be a giant Billy Belmont brewery.
With
The,
callback-
the
callbacks in
entire
the corner.
lower floor. So going back to my first
Oh,
question
I meant
about how does this
You want
happen?
this one?
Like in our adult lives, I want to ask you, hamster. Can I
Yes.
call you
You
hamster?
can call me whatever you like.
So
People know him by like we talk about a hamster enough on the show. I was just introducing him that way that people go,
Right.
"Oh, a
and,
hamster."
and so many
Yeah.
people want to know who Hamster is because you talked about Hamster
Yeah.
for
I'm
years,
For years.
on this show.
This is
wait,
Yes.
wait, Carol, continuity. Hamster, we call him hamster. Okay, I'm just trying to keep the continuity of the show going.
So
Thanks, Carol.
Carol, thank you.
go into the questions of Chris about the podcast. How did you even get into brewing in the first place?
Yeah.
Do you even like beer?
Oh,
that's
Have
the
you-
first question.
Have you had a beer?
Have you had a beer?
Man, not a lot of good ones.
Actually, the biggest question is, what was your first?
Oh, that's a great
Oh,
one.
my first beer. Oh man, I'd have to say some like red. Not red, hot Coors Light.
Oh yeah,
Just
yeah.
like a Coors Light that was left out by like my dad's. friend
mine
or
was a
something. It
Budweiser.
fucking gross.
Mine was a Fat Tire.
Ew.
I didn't like beer for a really long time.
It's
I was just- I was a
objectively,
whiskey
it's like
man.
fucking gross. Like who would drink beer?
Well, it's like that. It's that movie Can't Hardly Wait. He drinks the beer and he's like, "Nobody drink the beer. The beer has gone bad." And they're like, "It tastes beer to me."
So I mean, like I said, it took a while to get in the beer. I moved to New Mexico when I was 22.
Oh, so
And-
you live here now?
I do live here now. And everyone here was pretty crazy about beer. So I was like, all right. I gotta
22, like
try to
that
drink
was
beer.
like last year. So like you're talking, you look really young. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, thank you.
So
That
what-
was
so what I'm
10
saying-
years ago.
So what I'm saying, like when I moved here,
Mm-hmm.
there was one craft brewery, and that was
Kelly's.
Kelly's, yeah. Not Kelly Liquors, like the liquor store,
Right.
but there was like a place where you can actually have. And guys, IPAs was just like a freaking
Yeah.
inkling of like an idea.
Well, they had like everything. They had a Scotch ale. They had IPA. They had several lager.
They had a Hefeweizen
Yeah.
that
and
I
that's
really
that,
enjoyed.
that was your go-to. It's like,
Oh,
oh
yeah.
god, we're going to Kelly, and you go there for like wings and like I guess the craft
a
brew.
BLT.
Their
and-
nachos were really good.
Yeah.
Great,
They
great.
were
Knob,
closed before I
Knob
was
Hill.
able to get here.
Oh, serious? There was them, and there was like this other brewery, and they're like
Tractor was still thinking.
they were not around yet. There was one that had like a not a pelican, a toucan on their label, and someone Assets Brewing.
I don't remember.
They
that
were
one.
they were over on Montgomery, and like I remember my friend was pissed because like he got a growler, and the growler, instead of like it being etched, it had like a label on
A
it,
sticker.
and he was like, "That's shit." And he like travels all over and he collected growlers.
That's pretty good for the time.
Yeah.
Like, they still have stickers on them now.
Yeah, a lot of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, people don't do growlers anymore. That's almost like
It's the crowler life now.
It's crowler life.
Oh yeah, it's
more
What are you doing?
shelf-stable.
I'm crowling. What are you doing?
But honestly, if you're alone at your house and you open
Yeah.
a crowler, you're committed. You know what I mean? That's a
Yeah.
32 ounce can. You're like, oh.
And I guess
shit.
going back to the question, like when was it a thing to where like, okay, listen,
kind of a.
I can go into this place and I know I have value here and I can make beer.
Yeah.
Actually make it. Like from the grains, the hops, the fucking like yeast.
From the root to the fruit.
From
Is
the
that what
root to
you're
the fruit. Yeah, root to the fruit. When was that? When was that? And I guess a revelation's like I can do this.
I was a wildlife biologist before when I moved to New Mexico. I did a survey in Big Bend National Park.
That's not in New Mexico.
No, I know it's in Texas. and so I was there for 2 months, and I had a 2-day. We did 5 on, 2 off, and during my 2-day, I went to the state park, and there's a little town there made of Airstreams.
What?
Yeah, there's a little town there that was a town before they made it a state park. And I'm trying to think of the name, and I'll think of it.
I like how
while
it's
I'm
just
telling the story.
Airstreams.
It's just Airstreams.
It's
Where
called.
do you guys shit and poop? Shit and piss.
Where do you shit and poop when the tornado's hitting?
They don't have nothing out there. It's just like they have an
Yeah.
electricity pole that shares to. I have a couple electricity poles that go out there, but that's it.
Guess I'm wearing a diaper.
And so this guy was making beer in his Airstream, only
Oh.
bar in the area unless you wanted to leave the state park.
Wait a minute. This sounds like my dream. What's your dream? I want to live in an Airstream in a national park, and I brew beer, and I'm the bar.
Right. Yeah, he had 2 Airstreams connected. He brewed in one,
Yeah.
slept in that one, and then served in the front one.
Leon, you know you're not. You know you're
Awesome.
not allowed over here anymore.
It seems like a very like I know somebody who does this,
Yeah.
so now I have to learn this. Teach me, kind of
It,
thing.
it sounds like a place where a lot of people are like, I like guns,
Right.
kind of folk.
Oh,
you know.
it definitely is. Like this
Yeah.
guy didn't have much teeth, and the beer he made was not made out of a lot of the stuff that we use now. Right? He
Right.
was using like seeds from the grasses around,
Weird.
not hand crushing it, but like muddling it up to put as a mash in the beer. He was using cactus for bittering. He was like
Wow.
wild yeast. A lot of it was
Was it
pretty
great,
terrible.
though?
A lot of it was pretty terrible. A lot of it was pretty terrible.
But it'll get you fucked
But
up,
he
Chris.
did have this
You
pilsner.
kidding me? Like
He
you-
dug a hole in the ground and put the fermenter in the hole,
Yeah.
covered it up with a pressure release valve coming out.
Wow.
And that's how he lagered his lager in the dirt.
What?
Yeah, because it kept it cool. He had no temperature control.
Oh, so when I lived in Portales, I lived with this guy named Toom. Right, Toom was like the guy who had like 6 jobs at all times, and he would parties too. He would like after work he would always party, and he had this friend Leon. Whoa,
I was ready to comment on Tomb.
and he had like this friend. I want to think his name was like Leon. Leon made either wine or beer, and he always made it in like a 55-gallon drum
Yes.
barrel,
Yes.
like in a barrel.
Wine
And-
is easiest to do in a
And he
barrel.
would always bring his like wine over, and then he's like, Leon's got beer now, and I'd be like,
Leon.
Leon. And Leon was the 3 teeth, and
Yeah, right.
you know,
Yep. Hey
was-
man,
had the same clothes on
but
every
those
time
are
he saw him.
also the people when the world goes to shit.
Oh,
those are
yeah.
the people you want. Like, when
Well, they're actually the people I don't want to survive, but they will.
but we make alcohol.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do without us?
Well, I just don't want that person to like replicate and make
Oh,
other
right.
of them, but you know.
Well, maybe me.
Oh, okay.
you know.
Well, yeah.
I learned to trade
Yeah.
so that when my small family is walking around, they don't kill us. Cause like,
Yeah.
hey, I can make you all the things. I can make you whiskey, wine,
Oh, okay.
beer, malt liquor.
Some
And then I'll make you laugh. I'm
and then
really
she's got the
useful
giggles,
in
Yeah.
Apocalypse.
She's in the Airstream with the stage on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It'll
Using-
be me and
using a
Sarah
lantern
just
and a
making
mirror as a
everybody
light,
laugh.
you know?
Yeah. Keeping you alive. Yeah.
That's a great origin. It's a great origin
Oh,
story. you know?
we have some mutants in the audience. Okay, all right.
Hey, I see your third arm. Thanks for clapping.
Yeah.
And then we look at how they met.
Yeah.
And then things like you look at Holly Ann. I've probably heard this story like at least 100 times. To where like Holly, when was the moment it's like, oh God, like I can probably do this as a career and as like a freaking way to like
You mean comedy?
deal with like whatever I'm dealing with.
Or meat.
Or just
Yeah.
Oh, when was the moment I realized I could do comedy?
yeah. Actually,
Um.
I want to hear this story, and I want to hear about your first set.
Oh God.
I think we've done that before. right?
Okay. Okay. The first time I realized, like, hey, I actually like doing this was not my first, second, or third open mic, because I kind of hated it at first. Like, it's a love-hate thing. But then my husband asked me for a divorce.
Not me.
Not this one. I'm keeping this one. He makes beer.
And whiskey.
He doesn't make.
He can though.
I can.
He could.
In case of the apocalypse.
I would be afraid that I would go blind,
Well,
but
yeah.
I mean, he could do it. But so my husband asked me for a divorce, and I decided to put like this tiny party girl dress on that I hadn't worn since I turned 21, because I wanted him to think I was going out not doing comedy. And I went to Back Alley, which,
Sounds like a
rest in
bag.
peace.
yeah, R.I.P.
I miss Back Alley.
And I was wildly overdressed, and I could tell you the exact moment. I was like, oh, this is how you do this. I got on stage, and I was like, look, I know I'm overdressed for this place, but my husband asked me for a divorce today, and I want him to think I'm getting dick. And everybody laughed. And I was like, that wasn't a joke, but, like, if you like that, I got more. And I just, like...
If I was there, I was like,
yeah.
this bitch.
Whoa.
I'm saying this woman, strong, powered woman.
There we go.
But yeah, that's when I was like, oh, this is how, like, I could talk about my life and people laugh at it
Right.
in a way that doesn't feel horrible. But my first ever getting on stage, I used to work on a show called The After Party, and that's where I met Sarah, and that's where I met Kurt. But even more important than them, I met a comedian named Nikki Mangin. She was like our assistant director or something. And I used to tell her all the time that I wanted to do comedy. And she would say, okay, well, like, write a bit and tell it to me. And at the time, I had a boyfriend who we had lived together. And he cheated on me while I was out of town. And I found a positive pregnancy test in my trash can.
Wow.
And I found out where the girl lived because my ex-boyfriend, like, obviously I kicked him out because his girlfriend also threw up on my shoes. It was a whole thing. But,
Wow.
so I found out where she lived so I could drop off his crap.
And this is before TikTok. Because
This is way before
I feel
TikTok.
you would be like the most famous person on TikTok.
I should probably tell this story on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so Nikki's like, well, where's the funny part? And I was like, well, I ordered her a muffin basket and I had it delivered to her house as a thank you for, like, taking him off my hands.
Girl.
And Nikki Mangin was like, the word muffin basket is hilarious, and I
Right.
really need you to go and try comedy already. And at the time, there was an open mic at Blackbird.
Oh yeah.
It was terrifying,
Yeah.
though.
Oh, it was close up to the audience. I saw Rusty do comedy midday on a Sunday in front of families, and he did a not safe for family
Oh.
set for sure.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So I got up there, and I got so scared that my very first comedy set was literally, fuck Nikki, I can't do this, and walked off the stage.
Oh wow.
That was your first time?
Yep.
Shit, okay.
Chris Schofield says self-deprecation can be a great comedic tool if not done to the point of pity. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. You can't, like, you have to find the funny in the deprecating.
I do self-deprecating comedy, but I'm really bad. Ah.
That's like a.
Yeah.
It's like that's what Green Day made their their career off of.
I think you
know?
meant I think you mean Creed.
Creed. My sacrifice.
What did they say yesterday? Someone's like, I heard Creed's getting back together. I was like, don't they know Nickelback's still around?
Hey, somebody still is paying for Creed and Nickelback, though. So
Yeah.
there's a, you know,
There's a market for it. The thing
don't
is-
yuck anybody's yum.
And,
Like,
and the thing is, like, all that.
I'm yucking some
It's like, as much as we made fun of people who like Creed and like Linkin Park and fucking
Whoa, whoa,
Nickelback,
whoa. How did Linkin Park get
Linkin
reeled in?
Park.
He's all-
Leave them alone.
He's all good Charlotte and
and it's like,
I'm fighting words.
you know, thanks to Michelle Obama, we can't bully these people anymore.
Oh.
So now it's like, now these people's like, I fucking love Nickelback. Oh my god, like Five Finger Death Punch. Oh god, yes.
That's my
Favorite band. You can't bully me anymore because Michelle Obama. You know.
Oh yeah, and you're like, damn it,
Damn it. Fine.
I
You-
had a
win.
friend recently come to the open mic that I have on Mondays at Founders. And
Shameless plug.
which, by the way, has been weirdly packed lately, full of people who are actually there for comedy.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I did that, but it has turned into like a really fun time where people show up on purpose for me to make fun of them the whole show.
I
Probably
think
because
it's-
you're good at it.
Yeah. Well, number one, you're good at it. Number two, it's like weird
yeah, it
in a
is
good
weird.
way.
And 3,
Yeah.
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. I
just
gotta
make
get
fun-
an OnlyFans.
And
Which
it's
we
like,
tried.
oh my god, just like make fun of me. Please. I just need to like know that I am like,
Oh wow.
Oh, jeez.
There was that guy.
there you go.
There was
$20,000
that
a
guy.
year.
There was that guy who was there with his girlfriend, and he paid her to be there and be mean to him, right?
Oh, yeah.
What?
I can't talk about that on the podcast.
my
All right.
Can I?
Why?
We'll talk about it later. But,
Oh man.
No, a friend of mine brought her pay pig to the show.
Oh. I talked about how the first Jason Voorhees punked me out at the Comic-Con on this show.
Wait,
It was
there's-
really. What's that?
You met the first.
I did, and he punked me out hardcore in front of a whole audience of people. Yeah.
Oh.
So here's what happened,
Did he go?
and I'll do really short and quick, fast.
Oh, yeah.
So I've met 3 of the Jasons now.
There's 3.
There's probably more than
plenty.
that.
There's
I mean,
probably
well,
like
Kane.
At least 7. At
Well,
least
Kane,
7.
Let's see. Hold on. Kane Hodder did 5 of them. What's his name? DJ Graham, CJ Graham. He was in one of them, and then God, what was the guy's name? Something rhymes with demon. Army Lehman rhymes with demon, something like that. Anyway, the first Jason, the guy who comes out of the fucking water and like takes
Right.
the boat down. So here's what happened. I'm at Comic-Con and I'm hosting panels, and I'm supposed to go host this panel for a guy who like wrote plays, and he has a new comic book that they're turning into a TV show. So I'm literally like reading, like I go and speak to him, and he's like, "You need to go to my website and read my biography so that you can ask me questions that pertain
Who's been here?
to my life." And I'm like, well, first of all, wow, you think you're fucking awesome. And one of them was he wrote a Lifetime movie for Dolly Parton. No lie.
Okay.
Most watched Lifetime movie of all time.
It's
Apparently,
amazing.
Wish I'd have seen
is
it.
it?
Yes. Coat of many colors.
Okay.
Yeah.
So actually, I don't know if that's the one. I think maybe not. I don't know.
That's the most watched Lifetime movie of all time, I
Okay.
guarantee you.
Then it
What
is.
color?
So anyway, so I'm so ready to do this. So I'm up there doing the Star Wars panel, and I'm fucking loving it. And in 5 minutes, it ends, and in 5 minutes, the Friday the 13th one is next. Solly texts me, and he's like, "Don't worry about that guy anymore. Just stay up there and do the Friday the 13th one." And I'm like, what? I am not ready for that. I don't really know everyone. And it was Friday the 13th people and the Crypt Keeper.
Oh, I love the Crypt
And
Keeper.
I'm back in the room, and I don't know everybody's name, so I'm quickly trying to like learn everybody's name. And I didn't know there was a woman that had been in the 4th movie that was there. I had no idea because they just put the guy, the Crypt Keeper's name, and it says "and Friday the 13th."
So it could just be anybody.
Yes. So I
any
walk
of
out
the
on stage
things.
and I start asking. I ask the audience to ask questions, and the guy who's the first Jason goes, "Really? You're gonna start with questions? Sit down. You're fired. I'll run this." And he did,
Oh, well, I mean,
and it turned out amazing.
it was probably I would have been like, thank you.
Yeah, and he knew because they all knew each other.
Yeah.
And
right.
the horror people have a chip on their shoulder. They always feel like they're like placated. You know, they're like
Okay.
kicked to the side to the Star Wars and the whatever.
Unseen. I feel
Yeah.
seen now.
Yeah, and
gonna run
but
my
but
own
like
panel.
but like Solly was like, "I feel so bad. I owe you a beer." He's like, "I threw you to the wolves and you got punked in front of everybody." And I turned to him. I said, "No,
I would collect that beer,
this is
though.
a story. Oh, I will. This is a story, and this is content." And he's like, "I've never thought of that." I was like, "Well, that's how my life is. Everything is a story, and everything is content."
Yep.
I got punked out by the first Jason,
I mean,
Yeah.
it's pretty sick to be able to say.
right? And he's a little guy.
Is he?
Oh, yeah.
But how? Well, I guess he came out of the lake, so we
Yeah,
don't really
you don't
know
know.
how tall he
Yeah,
was.
yeah, he was that. But he has a band called First Jason, and he plays the guitar.
Oh my god, I love that for
That's
him.
adorable. That's great.
What was I saying? Oh, I was saying, so a friend of mine came to the open mic, and they were like, "How do you do this every week?"
Yeah.
How do you do it though?
Because I love
that was my
it.
question.
Because so their question was pointed right at like newer comedians, and I pride myself on I love meeting new comedians and like encouraging them, even when sometimes my open mic is a little meh, you know what I mean? And not because of like inexperience, but like we're trying new stuff.
Yeah.
So like I really enjoy watching the growth of people. Like there's a few comedians in town that like Jake Otero, who is an absolute killer. His very first open mic was my open mic.
Yeah.
Um
Damn it. Move that sign.
and like
Billy doesn't take breaks when we normally take breaks.
yeah, no, he just likes to tromp through.
And every time
like
he
a-
kicks that sign.
But so I feel like I'm at home. So Jake Otero has probably been like my pride and joy of my open mic because he literally has he been doing it like a year?
A little over a year.
A little over a year, and he is fucking murdering it.
That guy's good. Yeah, I like
and
him.
he's sober.
Yeah.
Like I love him so much.
Yeah.
So now I have to make a non-alcoholic
And
beer for him.
yes, you do. And he's also shorter than me, and I enjoy that.
Let's get into that. I want to
Yes,
talk about
yes,
that for a
yes.
second. Not to.
Oh, no,
sorry,
no,
I didn't
no,
mean,
no,
I
no,
didn't
no.
stop you. But like, so with this like partnership with Dry Heat, you guys are actually going to make a non-alcoholic craft beer.
Well, that's yes, not at first because we're not going to have enough tap handles. We might actually.
Okay.
We might have. It depends on what setup we have. You know,
Yeah.
we have to wait for.
How many tap handles are you going to have?
We don't know. We gotta get all the stuff.
Oh, okay.
We're applying for the license. That's where we are right now.
What's the most
We
you can have?
How many tap handles can we have?
So many.
Oh,
As many as we want.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
as many can fit in our space.
Because I will tell you this. I hear, I keep my ear to the street on a lot of things. I don't know if you know that. That's why
I
it's
didn't.
always dirty. But one thing I hear a lot of is like, I wish there was a craft non-alcoholic beer here. And there are some sold at, I know Founders has some, and I'm sure you can go to the big franchise places, but I don't. God damn it. They're so fucking loud. The big franchise places.
I'm sorry, what's going on?
We're talking about non-alcoholic craft beer, and I have friends that are like, "Man, I really wish I stopped drinking, and I still miss craft beer, and I wish I could get a non-alcoholic beer." You know, so
One of the things, that actually got brought up. Holly brought that up a couple days ago. We had a meeting. We all the heads here had a meeting yesterday, and that got brought up. And then my dad brought it up. He's like,
Yeah.
because my dad's been sober for 19 years now.
okay,
I want him to go to a show. I want him to have a good time.
yeah,
So, that's something that I would really like to do. I'd really like to do also
And
like a root beer tap.
Kelly's dad as well.
a root
too,
beer.
yeah.
Oh, like real root beer.
Like
you
I'm
know,
going to make the root beer.
like you make
Yeah.
it in the bathtub, real root beer.
Yeah,
I'm just
small
kidding.
bathtub.
Because
Is that legal?
What?
Can we make it in a bathtub?
I
The
don't
root
know.
beer?
in the bathtub.
I don't know. I used to make fun of like A&W, like because my friend worked at A&W. He's like, yeah, you just mix it in like a big kind of
Yeah.
tub thing, yeah. And
It's super easy to do. You can,
what about the cream ale?
I've never made a cream ale, so I don't know.
No, I'm talking about like
Oh.
like you go to A&W, they have root beer and they have cream. Is it cream ale?
I'm sure
Cream
they just
soda,
put,
cream
put some
soda.
like vanilla powder in it.
Oh man, don't you downplay what A&W does as a business? don't you do that? They had to partner with Long John Silver's just to make it.
No, but I've also noticed, like, not just Albuquerque comedy, but, like, comedy as a whole. I'm friends with, and I'm sure
Yeah.
Sarah and Kelly also are friends with a lot of comedians around the country. And I am noticing a lot of us are going sober.
Well, yeah.
Not me, but
not
like a
me. I'm
lot.
not crazy. Yeah, I'm just kidding.
I get free beer, so
Yeah.
it's real hard. I think it'd be really hard for me to be like, I'm gonna go sober, and Jace would be like, we're parting ways.
It's called
No.
it's called delirium tremens. I can't go sober. Just kidding.
We
but I've
want to try.
noticed
We
it.
want to try a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
That's like
there's
one
no
of the
limit
biggest
to-
movements in craft brewing right now is the non-alcoholic.
right. There's
Scene.
we were talking about Athletic Brewing, and they do amazing non-alcoholic beer. of all different kinds of styles, which I
Yeah.
didn't know was possible.
Yes.
I didn't
Which
know.
is what I'm not really trying to grasp. Like, how can you make a non-alcoholic
well, so
IPA?
what makes alcohol?
mhm.
You ready?
Sugar.
So there's a yeast. I'm gonna get nerdy real quick, and I'm gonna reel it in. You ready?
Yeah.
There's 2 yeast strands called Saccharomyces.
Nerd.
So Saccharomyces is what we use in brewing, and it poops out alcohol and farts out CO2. All right.
Okay.
Bread yeast is a very close cousin. I don't know the name of it. It's Sacchara something, and it only farts. It doesn't poop. It just holds it all in like a dainty lady. Just
Ignorant nerd.
right. So it just makes CO2 and it eats all the sugar. You can stop it at any time by changing the temperature,
Yeah.
and then boom, you have.
But
It's
but-
gonna make a small amount of alcohol because
But I'm
there's
saying,
no-
like, as far as kombucha, there's like a little
Yeah,
yeah,
trace
there's
it's the same.
there's trace bits. There's nothing
Yeah.
you can do about that.
Sarah pointed out yesterday that when you eat a banana, there's trace alcohol in bananas.
Yeah.
So,
And if I mean,
get over it.
And
heroin.
there's cyanide in potatoes. Oh.
Wow, guys.
So, but like
Almonds.
I had one of the craft. I think it was out of California, craft breweries out of there, and it was a Helles, and it was non-alcoholic. And I had a friend that bought it, and I was like, man, they made a non-alcoholic Helles, and I was like, let me try that. And man, I couldn't tell you, because you have back in the day. What was the fucking big one? The big non-alcoholic beer?
O'Doul's.
O'Doul's is terrible.
No, it tastes like
O'Doul's
beer.
is terrible.
It's bad beer.
The Heineken one doesn't taste very good either. I've had
The
that one.
I
Heineken
I
one
can
wasn't
tell-
so
I think-
bad
I think
when
the
I
I
was
can
Heineken was-
tell you any non-alcoholic beer, it's for people who miss the idea of beer, and it's not for the
Yeah.
taste. Like, if you give somebody who's never had beer before a non-alcoholic beer, it's like, why do you do this to
Yeah, gross.
yourselves?
Have a soda. You know what I mean? Like drink a
exactly,
soda.
Coors
No.
Cutter.
I understand the whole non-alcoholic, just to get the flavor back.
When you said that, okay, I want to challenge on the Heineken one. So I've had the non-alcoholic Heineken. I thought it tasted just as shitty as the regular.
Yeah.
Heineken.
Right. That's my thing, man. I just don't like Heineken. I'm sorry.
But
When I was pregnant, I wanted the shitty taste of Heineken, so I had one.
but Heineken, I will tell you this: when you go overseas, Heineken
it's so
actually
good.
is very good. And Guinness, like when I remember the first time I read Guinness, I thought it was the most disgusting beer of all time. Then I went to Germany and I was like, this is the
Yeah.
best thing I've ever had. And then I came back to America and they started putting the little nitro thing in it,
Oh, the CO2 cartridge.
CO2 cartridge, and that actually made it closer to what it's like in Europe.
Well, it wasn't in a green glass, was it?
Uh-uh.
See, on draft, it all tastes great. Corona and on draft tastes awesome.
No, it doesn't.
I'm just telling you, Tindrick Nation, that if you don't drink alcohol and drink alcohol,
Yeah.
it's the worst tasting thing. If you're,
That's
if you,
not
if,
true, though.
if you,
I don't think so.
if you drink, if you don't, if
That
you drink
Helles I had-
alcohol, you find out the less offensive way of drinking alcohol.
Okay, I thought that Helles tastes just like a Helles.
Right.
I thought they
Yeah.
killed it. I thought it was. I was sold at that point. I was like, okay, there can be a craft beer, non-alcoholic.
So that would be my ultimate goal: is
Yeah.
to not just have,
There may still be
not
one in
just
the
have like a
fridge. I don't
fuzz,
know.
not to have a fuzzy like a fuzzy yellow thing that's non-alcoholic.
Yeah.
Try some things.
Yeah.
They're making hop teas that taste amazing right now, and it tastes just like beer, but it has like chamomile or all this other stuff in it. Like
There
there's
used
so
to
many
be-
things you could do.
There used to be a hop soda that they sold at. What was that place where now Holmes Pizza is there? Monk's. They had a hop soda, and I thought it was fantastic. It was an alcoholic, but it just had that
Right.
hops taste.
Yeah.
Just
There's
blending the
hop
hops in there.
tea. There's
And I
all
just
kinds
found
of
out
stuff.
that one of the hops that I've been using for years, but not in the right way, it tastes like a coconut.
Okay.
So like, could you imagine like blending that with some fritzy water
Yeah.
and maybe some lime juice and just having like a hopped coconut lime?
What's the
thing?
big coconut beer that's?
The-
It's like a coconut stout. Out of California, I don't remember.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Here's my question.
Okay.
So, you have every vice in the world:
Mm-hmm.
alcohol, nicotine, caffeine, THC,
Yeah.
and it's legal here now. Is there like a venture to like have
Oh,
all
yeah.
these things into like one drink?
Absolutely.
So you want a caffeinated, nicotined alcohol?
Well, you can't do caffeine
weed.
and alcohol.
I mean, you could.
You
but
can. It's called fucking
Chris, it's called a Jaeger bomb.
Jaeger bomb. Yeah.
Oh, sure, but okay, but like Four Loko. Okay, let's go back to the days of the early days of Four Loko when people were passing out, and
yeah.
waking up in the park with no pants on.
No. This is where I was going,
No.
Christopher. So, okay, Billy, let me get this straight. I really feel at home now.
Okay, so what was the vice? Okay, nicotine,
Nicotine,
alcohol,
weed,
and
caffeine.
Caffeine, yeah. The
And you
four.
want that all in one drink.
Who is making that drink?
Not us.
We'd like to kill our clientele.
That sounds like a liability, and also that sounds like that comedy crowd is going to be horrible.
It's gonna be so weird. You're gonna hear
Or
a scream
really
over here, a
good.
snore down here, and then all of a sudden
Heart
that guy's
attacks are
gonna
gonna
scream,
happen.
and then that
It's like
guy's
it's
gonna
like uppers,
snore.
downers, whatever.
Yeah, who cares? Makes them all.
I mean, if Smiley was there, we could throw some floor acid in there.
Just a little tablet, a tablet.
That's called a callback, like callback brewing.
But no, Four Loko was caffeine and alcohol, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, so
And Buzz Bomb is like the beer from the Drew Carey show. That was
Buzz
caffeine.
Bomb is like the floor acid of alcohol.
It was like caffeine and alcohol,
It
right?
was a coffee beer, and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they do that. They used to do that at a sidetrack. They had a Buzz Bomb.
and
I have a coffee
and,
beer right now,
and
I
with
know.
like weed being decriminalized, couldn't there theoretically be a beer?
Well,
Okay,
all
with
three.
all
hops and cannabis are very close.
they are. They're
Strain.
lacking THC. That's literally-
with all the hoops that we are having to jump through, to get this license, like I can feel Sarah and Kelly tensing up at the thought of us even being like, so
Yeah,
state liquor board, how do you feel about us also putting weed in our beer?
I steeped mushroom tea as our strike water.
Yeah.
I
No,
hope
we're
that's
not
okay.
putting mushrooms in it. We're not none of that.
Have you not
We're
seen The
gonna
Last
get
of Us?
fired
I love
before
it.
we
Have
get
you not
love
seen
that
The
shit.
Last of
That's
Us?
so
Jesus.
good. Oh my
I like how
God,
this
so
guy
excited.
watching. We start talking about the Four Loko, and he's like, "Oh, it's Spark, Four Loko, Crunk." Like he knows.
parties.
This
Like,
guy
he
knows
knows.
what's happening.
He knows. He's already been passed out like already.
He woke up in a park with his pants off, and he's tuned in.
Yeah, he wrote that.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like this is my spark night, you know. This is my like Four Loko night.
Saturday
Yeah.
night and
Oh,
the Spark.
also-
Yeah, that's right.
Shout out to Sticks.
It's like, do you guys remember at Kmart when they used to have that blue light that would come on and then they would announce something
It's called
else?
the Blue Light Special.
Yeah, okay. So
that where
this
that came
is
from?
the blue light. Yes.
Yeah.
I never came out where I was from.
So the blue light special thing is happening, and we
Rich
have
person.
another announcement.
Oh,
I loved that. This announcement is pretty exciting.
ooh!
So at
You guys are opening a Kmart.
no,
Oh,
oh my god, that'd be amazing.
oh, sorry.
Now I just want to put the brewery in an old Kmart building.
Oh my
And
God.
Yeah, we
Blue
should call it
Light
Where's
Special.
Kmart?
And then you'd have to have a beer called the Blue Light
The
Special.
Blue Light Special.
Fuck.
Okay, well, we'll work on it.
Or-
But
or
anyway,
a beer called Attention Kmart Shoppers.
attention, Kmart shoppers. Or one just called "My family was poor enough to shop at Kmart."
Mine was.
My town was so poor we didn't have a Kmart.
I have a question. So
Well, hold on. Let
Wait,
her,
wait,
fin-
hold
let
on.
her
Yeah, I
finish
thought we
her
had news.
thought. Yeah.
I do have news. I got sidetracked.
That's a good place too.
So at the one-liner
Comedy.
comedy madness. Did I say it right? One-liner madness? One-liner madness on February 19th at Launchpad. The first place winner is going to get to name a beer,
Ooh.
help brew it,
Ooh.
and they get to. Well, you explain how the.
I'm going to win this. I'm going to call it the Blue Light Special.
Yeah, I'm gonna. So basically, if you win this thing, I'm gonna let you pick a style within reason.
Yeah.
We're going to make it together, and you're gonna name it. You can tell all your
Like-
friends to come
Like
have
a
it.
chocolate lager.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Chris is gonna win. Obviously,
No.
it's gonna be like Burnett 316.
No.
It's gonna be like fucking like a bunch of oatmeal.
It's going
thrown
to
in.
be MOD 316 says.
Here's the deal. I
I'm
know
gonna dry hop
exactly
it with
who's-
Malort.
I know.
It's pouring 2 freaking handles of Malort into the still
They don't make
itself.
handles.
Yeah.
I know who's gonna win. I think is Kurt
Wow.
Fletcher.
Oh, dang, coming out
He
hot.
has 200 what, like, he literally the other day, I was like, how do I write a one-liner? And he was like, explaining it, and then I was like, yeah, well, it must be so nice. And he goes, no, you don't understand how hard it is to have 200 one-liners to choose from. I was like, cry me a river.
He's all,
Okay.
I have to go through all of this.
Okay.
But so what's going to happen is Kurt is going to brew this beer, and it is going to be named like
Megatron
Lisa
mead?
Simpson's.
We can't make mead on a small brewer's license. Sorry, bud.
It's going to be like Lisa Simpson's saxophone. I'm calling it now.
Wow.
What kind of style would it be? What does he drink?
Okay, he drinks Blue Moon.
Oh.
We're
Or
not making
Coors
a-
Light.
Oh, I guess we
So
can make
a
it half.
wheat.
Oh, when he's getting real crazy, he
What?
drinks an
Okay.
Angry Moon.
Yeah.
Let me explain this. All right, ask this question
What's up?
to a guy. What happened to the wheat beer? It's gone.
Wheat.
That's great. Oh my
It is.
God.
It is.
No, it's gone. No, who makes one?
So hazy IPAs happen. That's what happened.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
you
gosh.
can the IBU spectrum for a hazy IPA goes from like 40, which is
Well,
you
I'd be
can't really
mad
taste
I
it,
don't
and
get
then
the fucking wheat.
yeah, and then like into
Yeah.
the hundreds. So
Everyone used to make a wheat. No
It's
one
a
makes
safe,
a wheat.
it's,
anymore.
it's a safe beer.
I was
like,
at work
I
today and it got asked
don't
the same
understand
question.
why it's not a big
And then all of a
thing.
sudden now, like if you get
no
one,
one
it's-
buys it except for like
Yeah.
you. And okay, guess what? Check this out.
I buy them.
Everyone who goes to a place is like, it doesn't taste like double white. What the heck? And we're not making.
It doesn't taste like hot dog water.
I didn't know if I could say that, so thank you.
I can say whatever the fuck I
okay,
want
great.
to.
Um,
I don't care how many times Mayor Keller threatens me on Facebook. I'm just kidding. He doesn't.
No, it's not a style that's going out of style. It's just
Oh, it seems
It's
like
on
it
pause.
has. I mean, you
It's on
see every
pause.
once in a while you see a wit.
well, wit's Belgian,
Yeah,
different,
but
tastes different.
Yeah,
American wheats you see a
Wow.
little bit.
just punked me out. Right in front
I'm
of
sorry.
everyone. It's
I'm
fine.
so
But you don't see a wheat.
Right. There's no German, Hefeweizen out there right now.
No.
Not that I know of.
When I was in Germany, they didn't have like I had a Weizen. I didn't have a Hefeweizen. I had it was just a wheat, and it was looked like Sprite. Never have seen
Oh.
that anywhere ever else
Whoa.
again. Yeah,
Insane.
yeah.
That's the
I think if you put that in
the proteins they have in that wheat. It's
I don't know.
because ours, the American wheat, makes it brown.
it was the greatest
so
beer in all
what
the world.
about the wheat beer are you looking for? Because you can find it in everything else.
I don't want an IPA. I'm
Okay.
tired of IPAs.
I'm making a Keller beer in 2 weeks. Do you
Okay.
want that?
I'll have a Keller beer probably.
You know what that is?
I've had Kellers. Yeah.
So it's a wheat, just
Yeah.
it doesn't have wheat in it, and it's not an IPA.
Well, I'm just sick of the. Okay, we get it. You fucked up and made something an IPA. We get it.
Could you could you
We have 3 IPAs and
It's
then
the
a
Brits.
lager.
It was the Brits. Blame them.
Could
Yeah.
we just like get rid of the bullshit and get the cheapest rice beer?
Yeah.
Can we do it now
No.
for New Mexico?
No,
I mean, we're in the middle of a
I
Montucky
tried,
shortage.
Billy.
I-
I tried so hard.
we made a rice beer.
Yeah.
We made a rice beer.
Who did?
We did.
What was it called?
Corrales Light.
No,
Okay.
oh my god. Okay.
Oh, and you almost
I
got
love
in trouble for it, right?
Corrales
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
we
love
couldn't
Corrales
can it. We had
Light.
to change our cans.
They had to change the cans, but anyway, here's.
Yeah.
I love Ex Novo, and I love Joel, the owner of Ex Novo. He's wonderful.
All right.
But I keep asking this thing to tell Joel that we need it year round.
Yeah.
Not just
it's not
in
a
the
year-round
summer.
drinker, and we have 7
What do you
other
mean it's not?
I
Pilsners.
don't.
Budweiser
care.
and Bud Light sell all over the place. Coors Lights all over the place.
It's
See? No,
trashy.
Are they still rice?
Oh
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Big time.
Since
It's-
Prohibition, it's all rice.
Guys,
Really?
Yeah.
guys, we're in day 14 of the Montucky shortage.
Oh, no.
and I'm from Montucky. So
Where is
I'm upset.
Montucky?
You know,
It's in your heart.
It's in
in your
yeah,
heart.
exactly.
that is true.
Oh.
Do you know what it actually means, Montucky? Montucky means a rural place in Montana.
Oh, that's cute. That's
And
cute.
I was like, and I was like, oh, so Montana.
It's like
Right.
it's like the equivalent of podunk, like Podunk,
Yeah,
New
yeah,
Mexico. Like
But
That'd be New Mexico.
so, like say if you were to write an AI program for like the beer that would sell the most.
what in the fuck?
I'm asking for the best
I programmed this AI with several beer recipes.
Oh my
for,
God, if,
like,
you were to if it were to show a picture of the
an
best,
AI program to like the best possible way
That
to
makes
like
me want to talk about a show.
It'd be
Just
a-
remind me.
it would
go to just go ahead with like a brewery. What they, I'm guessing IPAs would be the
it would be a hop dipping its balls into like a fermenter.
okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Like if
Yeah.
the,
So
if the,
it'd
if they were
be
to
like
make
all IPAs.
Oh,
and
this is too hoppy. Oh, add more.
and, yeah. And maybe
We'll
like
throw some more weed at it. It'll be fine.
and like maybe like a double white. And then
Ugh, no.
that's the
Oh,
menu.
for New Mexico? Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be a hot dog slap and a hot.
I've heard stories. I've heard stories that they call it hot dog water.
Yeah, they do.
That's
Yeah.
what I've heard.
They walk up to us and be like, "Would you like hot dog water?" I'm like,
I've
no,
heard
thanks,
this.
man.
I've heard this.
I'm telling you, like New Mexicans love the IPAs. So I'm guessing you need like 4 IPAs, right?
It's not really that they like IPAs, but think of the beers that have the highest alcohol.
Yeah, it's true. Like the ABV of like
We are cheap.
if it more bang
And-
for your buck.
Well,
If you
And-
get a barrel aged beer, yeah, you're getting 11%, but it's also
Okay.
like $11.
Hold on a
Well,
second.
but and
It's also
most
like
of the
$11.
breweries, because of our liquor licenses, have to impose
Yeah.
limits of how many craft beers you could have.
Right.
So everybody goes for
High
the
ABV.
high percentage, whatever,
ABV.
to circumvent
Right.
Yeah.
that law.
So I drove down here from Santa Fe,
Ah.
and I noticed that you're out of wheat beers. Yeah.
But we do have a scone.
Um,
So I did an AI show at Dry Heat. What was it, last week? Yeah. And I had a great time. My AI came out pretty funny, but I was like, I spent so long being like, what in my repertoire is going to make the weirdest, coolest AI?
Oh wow.
And I broke the AI.
All the visual
feel like-
descriptions.
I thought vagina was going to be okay. And then Sarah was like, maybe don't use vagina. What did I say instead? I said lady bits. And I should have said nether regions, I think.
She was showing the bread basket.
That's where
But-
that's where you fucked up.
I told
Holly.
my joke about my vagina being a black hole. And I thought it would be so funny. And the AI was like, nay, I don't think so.
Holly. It was like Holly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
Girl,
get it together,
girl.
girl. But I did get some pretty fun AI. Like, I have a baby in a house, so
Oh.
that was cool. I thought that was gonna turn out weirder than it did.
I
Sarah
heard-
does a good job of like,
I heard the phrase in we were watching the playoffs earlier, and I heard a phrase I haven't heard since probably I was in high school, but they used to use this in sports all the time when somebody got hit in the balls. They'd be like, "Oh, right in the bread basket," and I'm like, and a guy said that in the game, and I was like, "Where did that even come from? Like, why was someone like, if they hit him in the balls, we'll just say bread basket?" Like, and everybody, and then everyone went, "Oh," like, yeah,
Little rolls, you know?
Yeah, I guess I don't know. Right, the bread basket.
Right in the bread basket.
I'm all about the idea of like, this is a thing, but also I fucking hate it for myself. The thing is, like, I hate that for you, or I love that for you. Holly,
yes.
what's the joke that you hate, but everyone expects from you?
Oh,
This is easy. Kurt Fletcher always tells me every single time I step on stage, he says, please tell your gonzo dick joke.
oh yeah. The guy that
He's like, that is your most perfectly written joke that you have. And he's like, somehow it's really raunchy, but adorable at the same time. Because it's about Muppets and weirdly shaped dicks. And when I first started, Kurt would always go, you got to finish with that. You got to finish with that. It's
my
got to be your
gosh.
closer. And now I hate it so much.
I would be that person's like, why? It's like a fucking Tom York playing like Creep. It's like I hate this shit. I hate this. Why are you succumbing?
It always pays off though. Like when Kurt does actually say no, but really you got to tell it, because he then is like, this crowd is
yeah,
Muppets and penises
yeah.
crowd.
Yeah.
And me, I'm at the show and I'm like, Tom York didn't fucking play Creep. What the fuck?
Boo.
I don't know if I know that joke.
You don't know that one?
No.
Oh,
It's
don't
about
know.
you. You never heard it?
punchline
No,
is-
I'm
Oh, it's
kidding.
definitely not
No,
about
I'm just
me.
kidding.
the punchline is I somersaulted vagina first out of there. That's
Yeah.
All right.
it, like
Yeah.
Kurt literally is
Build it
like
up on
the
the way home.
visuals that you have built in this, and that was one of my first jokes. And the first time I ran it by Kurt, he spit a drink everywhere and was like, "Is this a real story?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes,
Best kind.
"How did you get the Muppets involved? Like, how did that happen in your brain?" I'm like, "Well, it looks like Gonzo. I don't know."
I'll tell you.
If you know Gonzo, like you immediately know. Yeah.
Yeah, it points down and it's weird. But so, yeah, that's probably the one. And Kurt will still tell you, like, that, no, that's her best joke. Like, out of all the stuff
It's like,
that I have
girl,
written,
No, it's not my best joke.
like surviving cancer, like having babies, he's like, yeah, I mean, it's fine, but like your Gonzo dick joke.
Yeah.
That's the winner.
I guess, I don't know. I think it's just because he loves the Muppets, is what it is.
And Hamster,
Yep.
as your brand, I know you can't say it out loud, but there's a beer that you brew, and there's a beer that your company brews.
Why can't he say it out loud?
I can say it out loud.
Okay, so
Yeah.
anyway, what
not here
you're
for that.
what you're brewing, and it's like, why do people fucking like this beer? And
Oh,
it's-
he's like one.
Oh,
yeah.
which one?
Which beer is
do I
it?
brew? And I'm like, why?
yeah, exactly.
Why are we doing this? Oh shit! Oh, it's a
Well,
thinker.
yeah, you don't want it.
Yeah, you don't.
No,
you don't
Can
do
you
that.
do
I
from
literally-
a
I
brewery
literally-
you used to work at? Because I know the answer to that one.
I know the answer to that too. I think the best the best brew at your old place is still my go-to when I go there.
Is it? I don't even know who's making it or where they're making it.
It's the cream stout.
I know.
I'm sorry,
the
the
cream
cream ale.
ale?
Cream ale. Yeah,
I know where they're.
yeah.
I know where they're making it. I can tell you. I'll tell you off air.
It's in like a warehouse or something.
Yep, I know exactly where it
Okay.
is.
It's like a weird warehouse.
I could go to the building and
You
point it
got
to you.
soft hands, bro. You got soft hands.
Yeah. It's in an area like that.
So I can say
Yeah.
that I'm wearing a jacket,
Mm-hmm.
and on that jacket is a beer that we
Ah.
represent that we are changing because none of us
I think it's good.
enjoy it.
I like it.
I would just like to
We-
think of you like
I had to add a magic wand to make it taste better.
carrying like
not-
malt and like hops into things.
You had to
like,
add a
why-
magic
like,
wand?
Like, why am I brewing this? This is like trash beer.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
This is our hot dog water.
Oh god, here it is.
Yeah,
So-
I
I'm
don't
s-
think Ex
I'm-
Novo has a
I'm
hot
s-
dog.
we don't
water
really have
there.
a hot dog water, but if there was one beer that I'd be like,
I think
we
that
could
beer is
change
great.
it.
I know the beer exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we could definitely change it, and we have, and we did, and we're going to, and it's
Ah.
pretty excited about it.
And I'm gonna be like, this is different. And I'm gonna throw it in the
You're gonna
person's
you're gonna be
face.
so mad. Yeah,
I drove
it's a
down
whole
here
different color too.
from Berlin, and this is fucking different.
It's not hydrating enough.
I just
It's-
see,
no,
I
it's good.
see like a bag over your head. It's like, why are we brewing this?
Oh man. Okay, so the hardest beer. Can I tell you the hardest beer to brew?
Pearl
Yes.
Haggard.
The absolute hardest beer, because I have a silo, a beautiful silo, which is this giant tank that has full of grain.
Do you slap it like it's
Every
somebody's
morning,
ass?
6 in the morning, sun doesn't even come up. I'm like, hey baby, let's get to work.
Yeah. it's-
Yep, get it working. But this doesn't have any silo malt in it.
Oh.
It's all bags, and it's 20 bags. And
I was wondering. I was like, how much silo malt is in this?
I was wondering
I was
too.
literally thinking like, oh man, the silo malt. So silos are made with different malt. Just so you know, they're filled with. Anyway, this is German Pilsner
Yeah.
malt,
Ooh.
which we do not have in a silo, and it's bag, and you have to toss it, and each bag is 55 pounds, and we use 20 of them.
Oh,
So you feel like a
Jason,
man when you're done
Yeah,
with
we
it?
do 3 of them a day.
Nice.
Can I tell them my beer recipe?
Oh
Okay.
yes. Okay, so when Kelly and Sarah came to us, and they were like, "Hey, we want to do this," I was writing the beer, our original beer. Can I?
Yeah, go.
Yeah. Okay. So the first beer we're gonna do is a hazy IPA, of course, but it's Giggle Juice. Oh, you're gonna love it.
It's
love
gonna be
it. I
good.
love-
It's juicy. And
Hazy
it's gonna
IPAs
taste-
brought back my love for
Uh,
IPAs.
So wait a minute. So is the can gonna have like the a girl's butt with the pants says juicy across it?
I mean, if we can,
juicy.
hell yeah, I'm in for that.
All right.
Just kidding.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
here for it.
No, the
Here for
it's
it. All of it.
it's Giggle Juice, and as I'm writing the recipe, I'm asking Holly like, "Hey, how would you do this?" Like, just kind of bouncing
no.
things off of her.
He
She
goes-
doesn't really know how to do it, but I'm like talking to myself, and then she goes off on how
That's not
she
how
would
this
like
happened. You're
to
lying.
make. Oh,
So
I thought this is how this happened.
So
first of all, you're
I
wrong.
was like, so he's writing the recipe, and I was like, oh, like really excited and asking really
Oh,
dumb
yeah.
questions. And then he
No
was
questions
like,
are dumb.
Valid questions.
what
No
do
questions.
you think that I do? Because I was like, I think we were talking about how long it would take to like make the beer. And then he was like, he tells me, and I'm like, oh, that doesn't sound so bad. And he goes, yeah, but what do you think that I do? Like, what do you think happens with a beer? Like, if you were going to brew a beer, how would you build your recipe? And I would like to share with you what my beer recipe would be. And Sarah and
guys are
Kelly,
willing.
if you like it, we could make it happen.
do it.
So first, you fill a big tank with a lot of water.
Mm-hmm.
And then you dump just a lot of grain.
In the industry, we call that a floating mash.
Yeah. So I'm advanced, obviously. So you just dump like, I don't know, like a lot of grain.
A grip.
A grip of grain in there. And then
What kind of grain? Are we using barley, wheat?
you
Rye.
use both.
Yep.
Of
Yep,
course,
sure.
both,
All of it.
obviously.
A quart of all of it.
Like,
Hamster-
yes.
This is
is
the
my answer
suicide
to
of
it.
beers.
Like
Hamster,
when-
obviously, it's both.
Like when you ask like what kind of grain
And
and you
noodles.
list them, just all of them.
Wet hopped,
Noodles,
dry hopped.
rice, grain,
Hot hopped.
all in there, and then you boil it really hot for a while.
And we're going to cold filter it.
Oh, yeah.
No, no, no! Don't.
We're boiling
don't,
it with the grain
No,
in it,
no,
right?
no! Don't
no,
take over my recipe, Chris.
Sorry.
Wow.
So you
Are
boil
we
it.
with the grain in it?
Yes.
That's called decoction.
See again, advanced. So
Let her
boil
speak.
it.
This recipe is going to change the world.
It is. So
Somebody
you
out there is going to make this, and they're going to be like, oh, Lord.
On the podcast. He's like, I listened to that
It was the
podcast.
greatest beer in all the world.
I'm sorry, Holly. Please.
Are you guys done?
Yeah,
Okay,
we're
cool.
sorry.
So you boil it really hot, then you like scoop all the grain out of there.
Hand scoop.
Well, you have to let it sit there for like 7 days, and then you throw hops in there, and then you let it sit until 10 days.
So it's a little rotty.
And then no, it's fermented, obviously,
How's it fermenting?
with the grain and rice and stuff. Anyway, so
What is the yeast doing then?
Guys,
there's
guys.
no yeast in it yet.
You guys
Let her finish.
Stop fighting.
Stop fighting.
So you throw the yeast in there after you drain. You get the grain out of there. The hops is still in there. So somehow you have to get that out. Then you throw the yeast in there, and then this is the craziest part. Are you guys ready? So you take oranges. You peel them, like a lot of oranges. You peel them, you make them into little balls.
They're already balls.
No, but you can't do it because you told me you couldn't do it. You know what I'm about to say. Shut up.
Okay.
So,
I'm here for it.
you mush them into little solid balls of like orange stuff.
Orange mush.
And then you take carbonation
Uh-huh.
and you carbonate the orange balls. And you you throw them in there.
I don't know what just happened. I'm lost.
And that's how you carbonate the beer, guys.
So
The thing is, there's natural
So,
carbonation, and
what
there's
kind of-
like
It's a decocted, so it's a decocted, wild fermented. Orange.
you laugh now, but I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be like 10 years from now. This is gonna be the fucking
There's so many
drink.
flaws.
yeah, this will be
There's
Crunk
so many,
juice.
There's so many
or-
rotting flaws in this.
I would call it buzz balls because you
Oh my
make
God.
little buzz balls of orange. Anyway,
Someone's gonna
Teach us.
do it.
You
Someone's
laugh
gonna do it.
now, and
I
like
want
do
to.
it.
I want to point out though, my girlfriend, she like brought me all these beers from Georgia because she was in Georgia. She brought me my Buc-ee's hat. She brought me some.
They have Buc-ee's in Georgia.
Yeah. She brought me a bunch of different things from Buc-ee's. But she brought me this Mexican lager from Monday Night Brewing.
it's actually pretty good.
And I was like, a Mexican lager from Georgia cannot be that good.
It's good.
Pretty good. But I don't understand. Like, it's called Taco Tuesday, which is fine. But why do they have ties?
There are ties with tacos
Well,
on
okay, you
them.
get off of work. A lot of people wear ties
Okay.
at work, and then you go have
But
tacos.
and then I haven't. The beer is not cold. Otherwise, we would have tried it. She brought me a beer from there called emergency drinking beer.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
And then there's a third one, and I'm just, I'm saving them. We
Should
did the Taco
release it on the
Tuesday
show.
for Royal Rumble last night, and the emergency drinking beer. We're gonna keep one in the studio at all times. I'm actually gonna put it in a glass case.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
nice.
You
What's
know?
the style?
I don't know.
It doesn't say.
It just
Yeah, I'm
says
sure it does.
emergency drinking.
I'm not. I don't read.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm not a reader.
I like it though that it's a mystery.
It's emergency drinking beer.
Emergency. Yeah.
I love that. It's like, and it's yellow. And it's yellow, and it says emergency drinking beer on it, on the side. It's fantastic. I'm like, that's great.
I guess from what I understand, there's only two ways of brewing beer, and it's like a pilsner.
The right way and the wrong way.
True.
Apparently
there's
not
a-
with carbonated
There's a lager and
orange
ale,
balls.
so like you can do your own little like
A what?
a lager and ale.
Those are just two different types of yeast.
Yeah, exactly. So
So there's more than
you
two
want-
different ways.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All
But
right.
but you have it right.
yeah,
You're right.
Yeah, so if
In
I
the
wanna-
most basic standard, it's like you go this way for ale, temperature yeast wise. You go this way for lager, temperature yeast wise.
yes, two types, lager
Oh.
and ale. That's it.
I do just want to say that after my funny little, like, this is how I would make a beer, I am not going to be brewing the
No.
beer. I'm going to be, like, the more fun side of Callback, like, forcing him to do weird TikToks while he's brewing beer and working with these two about, like, how we can have fun parties around the beer. I'll probably help a little bit.
Oh, she's gonna have a bird beer.
A bird beer? Does that mean I have to, like, I get to make the beer?
No, there's birds in it.
Yeah.
Are they going to be carbonated birds?
Oh my Lanta. Yeah, sure. All right, we'll carbonate some birds, honey.
All right.
We did not hurt any animals on the making
No,
of
no.
the show.
Let's wrap this up. I want to thank Holly and Hamster Jason for from Callback Brewing for coming on the show. I want to thank Kelly and Sarah from Dry Heat Comedy for coming on the show. Look forward to their beer being at Dry Heat Comedy. You can go to a comedy show
Excited.
in Albuquerque at a comedy club. Nothing to do here at a comedy club downtown. No, I had somebody sit. I almost killed a couple sitting next to me because they were like talking so much shit about Albuquerque within my hearing, and I was just like trying to enjoy my bride.
You were so mad.
I was fucking livid, pissed. Because the woman's like, well, let's just be honest. There's no nightlife here whatsoever. And I was like,
Oh, you just wait until we get to things I have to promote because this mama is
Well, here we go.
back and
Done.
I have tons to promote.
do it now. Here we are.
Whew. Where do I begin? Obviously, February 19th, you could catch me at One Liner Madness at freaking Launchpad. I'm so excited. I've been working real hard on my one-liners. I'm trying to beat Kurt Fletcher because I also want to make a beer and annoy my husband.
Succeeded.
On February 15th, the day after Valentine's Day, there was a show on Comedy Central called This Isn't Happening. And it was,
And
it's
it is
like,
happening. Oh.
no. And so this show is in the style of that. So you tell like a long story about something that is crazy. And I am actually headlining that with the story of my first husband. Because it's about heartbreaks and heartquakes or whatever. And the way I got the headlining spot is I said, hey, I met my first husband while working at a truck stop strip club.
Ooh.
And that's not the weirdest part. Thank
Oh.
you. Thank you. And they were like, you're headlining because that's crazy. So check that out. That's going to be at Revel.
I still haven't been there yet.
Really? It's fun. You should
Yeah.
come on the 15th.
Okay.
On February 17th, I'll be at Dry Heat Comedy for Jack Tapestry's show.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
very excited for that because I love Jack
He's
Tapestry.
a really nice guy.
Is
He's wonderful.
and
miss you,
then
Rick.
I am hosting a burlesque show for the first time in years. I'm hosting the Mardi Gras Open Bra Burlesque Variety Show at Revel on the 23rd of February.
They get naked. Tastefully.
No, same thing.
Tastefully.
It's tastefully.
Tendrick Nation, it's like open bra, right? So it's
Whoa.
like, what'd you
Whoa.
say?
Open Bra.
It's open bra,
Oh,
so it's
okay.
like basically
naked.
like
Tastefully.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe-
Boobies.
With some acts and dancing and comedy.
Yeah.
so. Say there was
great.
pasties, like you kind of had.
There's
like,
definitely pasties.
Say there was.
Excuse.
Well, legally there has to.
And it's like, oh my god,
Yeah.
I can see a little bit of nipple.
Areola.
I can
Billy,
see some ankles.
Billy, is that all you
14-year-old
have?
came out.
Yes, I believe that's it.
Billy, you have anything to promote? No?
No.
It's my birthday this week, so if you guys want to send me gifts, if you guys want to send me money, just PM me and I'll tell you where to send the money.
PM you. What's PM?
Personal
Private
message. Private message.
It's called.
I thought it was DM.
The DMs is like.
Well, I'm not getting dicks in the pics in the thing, bro.
I thought that sends to.
I slide.
I mean,
I
you
slide into Chris's DMs on the daily,
Yeah,
and it's just like hey.
Personal message. But yeah, it's good. It's good to have Jason on the show, and it's really good to have Holly Ann come back on the show.
We love you.
Don't
Holly.
you do it, Christopher.
Oh man.
Oh, no. He does this to me all the time.
What? What happened? Again.
It's a sad Fast and Furious song, and it makes me cry every time he does that to me.
No! Don't cry! Don't cry!
This one?
Yeah.
It's been a long
I'm going to take him off. You knew it.
All right, it's been a great one. Everybody have a really great week out there. Be safe. Come home alive and loved and be great. And yeah, and on Friday, think of me. It's my birthday. Send me good love. And I will come back next week with more insane stories. Someone's going to make me angry. My girlfriend said the greatest thing to me, and this is how I know I love her. She goes, when you're curmudgeon, I think it's the cutest thing in the world. And I was like, we are
what I
meant
say
to
to
be together.
It is
Oh my God.
I've just had to deal with it for the last fucking 13 years of my life.
When you
Billy
find
hates it. Yeah.
When you
I was like,
find
Chris,
it, it's the
just
best.
calm down. It's like I can't.
So okay,
I love his curmudgeonness. It's so cute.
One more for you guys.
Get it, Chris,
one
get
more
it.
for you guys out there. You can't shop at Walgreens anymore.
I'm
You
here
just
for
go-
it. I'm
you
here
just-
for
You
it.
just go in Walgreens now, and it's a museum of things you used to be able to buy there. I went in there today because I was trying to get my girlfriend some emergency and some toiletries, and everything is behind a locked glass. And you hit the little thing, and the one person working there just ignores that your existence even exists. So Walgreens is now just a museum of things they used to sell. They no longer sell anything. Good luck.
Oh, this clip is going viral.
Good luck.
It's gonna happen.
Viral AF.
All I wanted was some fucking deodorant, and you can't get it
You're on
without
the wrong
someone
side of
coming.
town, bro. Come to our Walgreens.
I was in the Heights.
That's growing to be.
Sorry, I'm sorry, Midtown.
Oh, yeah.
Still.
So I drove over to the Smiths where you could just loosely buy deodorant, like a fucking maniac. You can just pull it off the shelf yourself. You can actually look at the labels on it if you want to.
Nuts.
Well, you can
But-
look at the labels.
Yeah,
That's hot stuff.
not at the Walgreens.
In
It
Rio
is-
Rancho, we can look at everything all
Yeah,
willy-nilly.
we can pick it up and take it to the bathroom because they know we're.
Yeah, they
They'll-
don't care.
yeah.
We're just testing it out.
But all right, you guys have a good one. With that, we are
10
10
drink minimum.